You
I went
live?
to an orgy on Sunday.
Oh, I guess you're not live.
It was daytime, so there weren't any drugs. It was perfect. Except I got a little excited on the champagne, and then when the guy who invited me cuddled with somebody else at the end instead of me, and then left with her, even though he came with me, which is fine because we weren't date and we're not girlfriend. I got a little. I started making this face at him. I was pouting with somebody. What the fuck? Grow up.
Okay, I'm live. You're live. We're live.
We're live.
Yay!
I almost want to put up like text saying like, just waiting for more people to join before we get into it, which is what I know that like all people do. Like Lizzo or Doja Cat will be like, well, there's like clips that people, she's like her talking to her cat or something, and it's like she's like, I'm just waiting for more people to come on before we start working, before we start doing the damn thing. And then she's talking to her cat, like literally people just sit there screen recording her. The sweetest thing is that.
All right, well then RX, you should probably dip out because we're discussing 3 and 4 because we're 2 weeks behind.
Yeah, no spoilers.
So you could stay for the first half and then dip out for episode 4 if you want.
Yeah.
Hey, Raul, what's up?
Hey, boo. We're going to be really streamlined today, we promise. Like, I think we could probably fit both episodes into the amount of time that we usually spend, or better.
I think so. I don't have a whole lot of notes. So.
Yeah, these both, we'll get into this when we like officially start, but like both of these episodes, and you know, at first I was disappointed because I'm like, oh my gosh, there was so much action in the first 2 episodes, but that's kind of the point. All of this is exhibition to the climax.
I think episodes 5 and 6 are going to be
wild.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What's up, Moose? Yeah,
or it might be like one more filler episode. I think it will be like one more filler episode, possibly.
Yeah, I think 5, 6 are going to be good. 7's probably going to be a little bit of a. I think there's only 8 again this season, so
yeah,
5, 6 are going to be. 7's
going to be the climax.
Like a.
So the climax is going to have to be, and I'm going to repeat myself when we officially start. The climax is going to have to be the Battle of Tumbleton.
We have Butcher's Ball also. That's going to be big.
I really thought that we were going to have like whatever the God's Eye or whatever it is, where like Damon and Eamon go head to head this season.
I don't think that's happening this season. I think that's going to be next season. I don't think we're getting
another season of you know who. I know very few spoilers, but I know the big ones.
Yeah.
Okay, how many people do you have watching?
Oh, I have 6. Oh, hi, Eddie from CreepyCon. Hi. That was such a fun convention. Didn't like the last 2 episodes from the new season. Well,
that's okay. No, like I said, they were like
we're building.
Yeah, they weren't action packed, but not every episode can be. Right. And this is where we really get to have the actors show off their characters and the writing, the cleverness of the writing. But it's also, I can't call it a filler episode because a lot's going on. Especially when you watch it again, like you're catching all the nuance of what's really going on. And it's all really building up to everything coming together. You know, you have to you need to have the sentences in between the main points to flow everything together, if that makes sense.
It's not filler, it's setup, is what it is.
It's not filler, it's setup. It's rising. I used to know the words for books. It was like rising action, falling action, climax, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, we don't have a lot of notes because again, like there's not a lot of like things that are confusing. Like it's all very straightforward. Dealing with
problems. I'm gonna go turn my air conditioner off because it's like
cool.
BRB.
Hey friends. Okay, we are here talking about the episodes of House of the Dragon, season 3, episode 3 and 4. We skipped last week because honestly, like everybody's probably agreeing, the first 2 episodes were so exciting, which were supposed to be the last 2 episodes of the previous season, but whatever. These first 2 episodes these 3 and 4 went a little slow, but I think that we're just so spoiled by battles and sex scenes that when there's just actual like conflict through conversation and circumstances, we're like, oh.
Shut up, Brendan. I had to turn my air conditioner off. Brenda
Which
goes,
Brendan?
she left live during the live. Yeah, hats to American drop. It's too loud. Sorry, I'm back.
It's okay. Which Brendan?
Brendan 311 Brendan.
There's so many.
No, Brendan. The cruise Brendan. I think I only know one Brendan, actually.
Hey, bro.
Pretty sure. Okay.
Kirsty was just being her bratty self.
Always.
Okay. Let's get into it. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay. I'll do an intro. Welcome to Fire and Wine, a chat between two cosplay queens.
Cheers, little doves.
Today, we're going to be going over House of the Dragon Season 3, Episodes 3 and 4, because we took a break last week. And I'm dressed today as Lady Tumbleton, because she's that bitch from the latest episode.
I'm still just Allison.
Just Allison, she says.
Just Allison.
Okay, cool. So, where do we start Episode 3?
Let me check my notes in my nice new blaster notebook.
Oh my god, I was hoping you would get something that's so cute. I can't believe you got that so quick. It's
Queen's Guard. Mikey Moose Miller sent it.
Stop.
Yeah. Like
Queen's Guard. Queen's Guard to the rescue. And it's like leathery too. I love it.
Yeah. I think Marquette's gonna need a Targaryen one, I'm just saying.
Ooh. Ooh. We love presents.
Yeah. Okay, so we opened season 3 with Ormond meeting Daemon, Ulf, and the dragons, Craxes, Silverwing, and Vermithor.
Yeah, so the Hightower host is surrendering.
Yeah. And giving them Darren.
Which I was wondering, like, I guess it's like, it seems, okay, so like these guys were marching to attack you and join a war against you, and then you just tell them, okay, go home and behave, and it's no big deal. Like, why aren't they asking to like add half of the Hightower forces to their ranks? Like, isn't that the whole point? You take over armies, you subdue armies, and then they get added to your ranks.
Right. Not to mention leaving the dragon behind.
So this is what somebody said to me, because that's what I said. I'm like, why would the dragon not go with Darren? Like, that's kind of an obvious giveaway that Daemon would have picked up on. So someone was like, no, the dragon was on its way there to King's Landing. It just traveled separately from Darren, and the Hightower host attacked the trail that had the dragon on their way to Tumbleton, and that's how the dragon keeper escaped. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. Yeah, like according to this person in my comments, they're like, no, the dragon did go with them. It was just like on a different like cargo train, as it were. Yeah. And doesn't make any sense.
Yep. I don't know if that makes any sense. Brendan's leaving because he's not caught up, and he said Brendan's leaving because he hasn't caught up yet, but he said we're super knowledgeable and he doesn't want any spoilers. But thank you for coming, and just
thank you, buddy.
We'll see you later.
In the books, in the show, has the dragon taken to wing yet? It has to have, because Darren said later on, we'll fly again.
Yeah. Yeah. But also,
it's a plot hole. It's a plot hole, to be sure. Why did the dragon not go
and like,
with...
why is Daemon this stupid? It's even the way Rebel said, and there's been memes everywhere, but like the way that the dragon like looked at him like, who the fuck is this guy?
And that dragon's cute. The personalities of all the dragons, I'm telling you, they're all different. They're all like different breeds of dragons too.
They're like
long neck, gullet.
That one.
So yeah, Ormond didn't have to use any smelling salts this time. Also, he's got that like his right-hand man, was it like Bold John or something? I feel like he's going to be a bigger player in the future, because they're more so than just his buddy. Like, there's going to be a big fight scene with him. or something of note, because he's like his second in command and he's always there. So he's like
Who's this? Who?
the guy who he brought him the letter in the first episode where we saw Ormond, and
Okay.
then in episode 3 he's like standing there with him to bring him Darren. And
Okay.
then in episode 4 he's like, sir, that we're not going to be able to sustain, like, you know what I'm talking about? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Bold John is what they called him. What will
Okay.
the weather be today, Bold John?
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're gonna go with all that.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Nothing significant in the
Um,
book, so you would be sipping.
Yeah. It's so hard to like do this like reaction right now because we've all seen it, we all know like what it is, but I'm just gonna
But that
try and-
happens in the same episode anyway.
Right, it does. I did love the shot again of like Damon though with Caraxes behind him and Silverwing and Vermithor. Like I just love the shots of Damon being all Damon
Yeah.
and then the dragons behind him. Like I just love the way those scenes are shot.
And unfortunately, us doing this a week later means that I've like seen all the memes about it, so I'm
Yeah.
clearly going to be referring to them a lot. But a lot of people were like, "Yo, Damon just dropped the most disrespectful line in Westeros history," referring to him saying, "Ulf, would you like to be Lord of Old Town?" I mean, I thought it was like sassy, but I didn't think it was like that bad of a dig.
Yeah. Rebel saying Darren made the assumption on Darren because he never met him, so he just assumed. But like, I still feel like this whole plot with the fake Darren and Damon just being like, "Oh, okay," I feel like it just makes Damon look so stupid. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
like,
it makes him look
sense.
so
Well
incredibly
met
dumb.
nephew. He's cocky enough that he doesn't think that anybody would try to double cross him like that.
Mhm.
But again, like, okay, in like, would the better choice have been to make him get on his dragon and ride the dragon to King's Landing?
I don't know, because then
He
he could've
certainly
just turned
didn't
around
go
and
with
burned his whole
Caraxes.
host, you know what I mean?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he put him on the back of Caraxes and brought him with him, and then everybody in the rest of I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way,
Maybe.
when the Dragon Keeper at the end comes, it's not. If the Dragon Keeper was traveling with the Hightower host, what reason would they have to have attacked the Dragon Keeper? No, the Dragon Keeper was accompanying. What's the dragon's name? Viserion to King's Landing when their train of people, that's what they call the people on the road, on the King's Road, I suppose. So the Dragon Keeper is traveling with Viserion as his, the chaperone, and their little posse got attacked, and that's the Dragon Keeper's the only one who got out. And then they took the dragon to Tumbletown.
Right.
But they didn't make it clear if Darren got on the dragon for Tumbletown. Nothing was made clear. Anyway, moving on.
Knuckles, #1 fan, thank you for joining. Raul also said that there's theories that they let the Dragon Keeper out on purpose to lure Rhaenyra.
Ooh.
It's a good theory.
Mm-hmm.
Good theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dig it.
We'll see.
All right, what's next?
Next is Rhaenyra and Daemon in the master bedroom, I guess is what it would be called. And Rhaenyra is just like reminiscing about all the ghosts, and I remember coming in here and playing with my father, and she's being all reminiscent and sad because now, and this is the first time that she's been back to King's Landing since Viserys died, and Daemon's just like, we should have killed them all. He's just like not having it. We should have just killed them.
I think his last line in that scene was, "You're gonna have to kill the boy."
Yeah. And then he says that again, but at first
I wrote down that like after like throughout the episode, it's really a recurring theme about how uncomfortable she is in her father's room, and I think as well on the throne. Like not like that she doesn't think she belongs there, but she's just physically uncomfortable. Like, is it because it's the room her father died in? Is it because she doesn't feel like she has earned the room of the ruler? And then she ends up not being able to sleep and goes to sleep in Daemon's room, which honestly, I thought they were enough of a love match to share a room. Like, I know it's common for different rooms, but I feel like Catelyn and Ned Stark shared a room, unless that first episode when the Raven came and Maester Lewin brought it in. They were just one in the other one's room, and they didn't actually have they did have separate chambers. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, Alicent clearly had separate chambers from Viserys, but
yeah,
if they were
remember the
truly
one scene
love,
where
like
her,
in
like-
love,
yeah.
I don't know. If I could have a big enough house, maybe I would have my own room. But unless like I was mad at him or like going through something, I would probably still sleep in bed with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
I remember the scene where Alicent was in bed and her handmaid was just like, Viserys wants you. She had to go to his room and
Yeah.
get fucked, essentially. Very uncomfortably.
I guess it is kind of standard to have separate bedrooms. Like, it was literally like in the 1950s when they depicted I Love Lucy being in the same bedroom.
Say, I Love Lucy. They had separate beds. They had the same room with separate beds.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. So then he says, I brought you the prince. Darren, they show Darren. He doesn't speak at all, which also kind of weird. I felt like very telling. Like, we're just going to not respond to anything. And yeah, I think that was
like she's saying, like, if you comport yourself well, like, we're gonna take care of you. Like, if you act like an asshole, we're gonna put you in a dungeon. Like, your choice.
And he just doesn't respond because he has nothing to say because he's not the right person. And then the next thing after that, they show Corlys and they talk about how there's no wealth, there's no gold, all the money's missing because it was split up all over the place. Which honestly was pretty smart of the Greens to just kind of
like at least when Ned Stark came to King's Landing, there was no gold because they were in debt.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like she expected all the gold to be there because that's how her father ran things.
Right.
Honorably.
Greens, not so much.
Well, the Lannisters, and they are kind of money hoarders, aren't they?
Yeah. They always pay their debts. They got to have money to pay their debts. And Massaria is all of a sudden in King's Landing. Like, we left her in Dragonstone.
Not just in King's Landing, but officially on the council now. Like, she's the Master of Whispers. She has the Master's title. She is on the council. I'm like,
how the hell did she get here so fast? They all rode on dragons. Where'd she come from? They left her. Remember, Daemon was like, when he left, like, I'm going and you're not. And now all of a sudden she's in King's Landing. Which, again, in the book, she never left King's Landing, but in the show.
Well, then, with that logic, why is Corlys there so fast?
Well, Corlys was there, I guess, after that battle.
Yeah, but it would take him as long to get... Like, literally, Jace dies, and the next day, like, within 24 hours, they leave to take the throne. So, for Corlys to get from there, I mean, unless it's only a day's ride by boat.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that, like, she just kind of showed up when, like, we just left her in Dragonstone, and all of a sudden, she's like, oh, I'm here now. I mean, I guess we had to assume that she was getting called there, right?
Yeah, I feel like they moved all the people that they wanted there pretty quickly. Yeah. Like I said, Corlys was there. Her handmaiden was there. Everybody. It's been not that long, but they probably all got on a boat. She probably got all of her people on a boat and they showed up.
Yeah. Probably once she took over, they sent ravens or whatever. I love that Daemon still absolutely hates the fact she's there. He's so like snarky with her. Like every time she talks, he just has some kind of like snarky response to her, which
do you think it's completely because they used to have a thing, or is it because he doesn't trust her, or is it because he just doesn't like the idea of somebody lowborn like being raised that high?
I think it's a combination of the first two, because remember, he was planning on just like marrying her and having a baby with her and giving her a dragon's egg. Like, he was all for that. So I think...
Do you think he really ever meant any of that, or was he just trying to get attention?
No, I think he did. I think he would have done it. Probably just to
piss
He
wasn't even pregnant.
Though. Huh?
He wasn't even pregnant.
Right. But I think he did all that just to piss off Viserys, honestly. But I think he did mean it. But I did think she brought up a good point. Like, it doesn't matter if we have money. Like, the people are starving. And I like how she reminded me very much of Marjorie in this episode. Like, very much of Marjorie. Marjorie cared about the poor people and, like, feeding the poor people. And she gave me very Marjorie Tyrell vibes.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, what about the people outside of King's Landing? But I guess since the war hasn't really been the war hasn't really been affecting anybody but King's Landing up until this point. Because Harrenhal, like the people of the north, I mean, not that many people from the north, just the Starks, and then whoever else, like the Rivermen, they've all been coming together, and like the Rivermen had some battles of the windmill place. But I was gonna say, like, why are the people of King's Landing the only focus? Why are we spending all of our focus on them? But now that I think about it, they're the ones who have been under siege this whole time.
Right. They're the ones that the blockade is affecting the most, and they're right in like the capital.
Yeah.
You know?
So. Yeah, if you can't have peace in your capital.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like the fact that there was so little money, like 2 weeks worth to sustain the Red Keep, like they must have been planning it, or they just had like a really strategic, like, okay, bring more money in every 2 weeks. Like how like you can only have so much money in the cash register. Like all the money goes in the safe. I can only keep up to this much in the cash register, so you can only take this much. Like it's as if they were expecting her to come.
Right. And there's also, Brad will just point out, there's 1 million people in the capital in King's Landing.
Okay.
So there's also a lot more people
that
are going to be affected.
It's like the population of New York City versus the population of, I don't know, Columbus, Ohio. Like it's still a city, but it's not New York City.
Right.
Okay.
And they definitely move the money around just to kind of keep it from.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Let me see what I said. Okay, so return to skip to Massaria dialogue. So okay. All of Massaria's dialogue, like we already don't like her accent, but we don't like her accent or the delivery, but the lines that she's been given, like I don't know who's in charge of writing her dialogue, but in the first or second episode when she's talking to Damon outside of it was the second episode when she's talking to Damon outside of Rhaenyra's bedroom, and she's like, like she was just saying weird things. And this one she says, I fancy I can sniff out a lie. Like her dialogue is really weird. Like I don't know if there's one person in charge of writing every specific character's dialogue, but her dialogue's weird.
See, I think I like her. I agree with you, but I like her dialogue a lot more now than like and her accent. That first season,
I think they made some subtle tweaks to the accent because so many people hated it.
Yeah, she doesn't piss me off as much. Her accent doesn't piss me off as much. Her dialogue isn't as bad. There's some things that are weird, but like in general, I like what she has to say. Like overall, you know what I mean? Like I said, and I didn't like Marjorie, as we all know. I was not a Marjorie fan, but I do
love
like
Marjorie.
That
little smirk.
Yeah, no. I was so happy when they blew her up. I'm sorry.
I loved the actress from The Tudors, so I couldn't help it. She's so cute. Yeah.
The actress was lovely.
A little vixen like me.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this moment, you may or may not remember it, and I bet Raul will be able to help me here. When the maester, when they asked the maester, well, what do you know about the gold? He goes, oh, well, Ironrod was, okay. He said, what's the name of the guy who tried to rape Alicent in episode 1?
Oh my gosh, that's in my other notebook.
Well, that guy who was on the council, he calls him by his name and says, they didn't really trust me that much. And then everybody looked at him. He goes, sorry, Ironrod. Like as if you probably don't understand the moment I'm talking about, but it was a really weird moment where the maester said one thing, then everybody looked at him and he corrected himself by referring to the guy as Ironrod. And I don't understand what that was at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't remember. When they were talking about the money?
She demands tributes from the great houses. And they go, okay, don't you want to bring your other small council members? There was 2 left at Dragonstone. She's like, nope, fuck those guys.
Yeah. I did like the scene where they're all talking to her and she goes to the window and she's just kind of like looking out and like all the voices were behind her and kind of the cinematography and the way they shot that scene really did a good job of really making you understand that like she was very overwhelmed and like her head was spinning and she was just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck did I just do? Because now she's got a whole shitstorm to clean up after.
So I'm confusing my episodes, but Jace dies in episode 1. They take King's Landing in episode 2. So episode 3 is the one that people are saying is almost kind of written and directed like a horror film.
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
Really, I mean, there's not much that's not happening at King's Landing. There's a couple scenes here and there, but a lot of it is happening in King's Landing. A lot of it's happening in the Red Keep. And it's really like, I feel like this entire episode is focused on her mental state and all of this. Obviously, like on the outside, it's all of the issues that she's inherited and now has to deal with and stuff. But she's displaying paranoia, she's displaying irritability, like her mental state. I feel like there are some people who could take on this role that they've been preparing for their entire lives and handle it with like a little more composure, and she's just not having it. Like, isn't this
she
the
wasn't really
episode?
prepared at all. I don't think Viserys didn't do a good job preparing her or Aegon for any of this because Aegon wasn't supposed to be king anyway. But like,
Even just as like a lady,
he had her in all the small council meetings, cupbearing. But like every time she opened her mouth to try to like give an opinion or say anything, he was just like, "This doesn't concern you." Like he was very dismissive of her, and he did not prepare her at all whatsoever for taking on this role. And then she was gone in Dragonstone for most of the time.
I guess even in season 2, there were times where she like slapped her council members and just stuff that like isn't really the way that you would think a highborn lady, much less like you wouldn't see one of the princes of England or Kate Middleton freaking out on people that. Like,
right. Yeah.
If you are, then she's not really putting on the face that she is supposed to be putting on.
Right.
So I can't tell if it's just because she wasn't prepared for it and doesn't really act that way anyway, or if it's because she's got so much going on and she can't handle it. Like the stress is she's hearing sounds, she's seeing people, there's a ringing that she's constantly seeing, she's paranoid. It's not just the stress of what she just went through and what she's coming through. It's not just the grief and the anxiety. It's more than that. And we all know. Flip a coin.
It's also interesting because when in the book, when she first takes over the throne, like when she first sits down and she's going through like all the people telling her like what their grievances are or whatever. In the book, they mention that she cut her finger on the throne and she had cuts on her throat, on her like hands and stuff. And in the book, that's a very big, like a big theme in the book. Like if you're sitting on the throne and the throne is cutting you, it's because you're not suited for the throne. And that was a big thing with Viserys. Viserys was constantly getting cut, and that's how he had all the gangrene and fingers falling off because he wasn't fit to be the king. And that same theme comes up in the book with her, and that the people coming to her with their grievances noticed that she cut herself on the throne and that she was bleeding.
I think
and
even Joffrey once cut himself on the throne in Game of Thrones, right?
I think so, yeah. He was all pissed
off.
And
I've been seeing a lot of people comment in the commentaries about, oh, well, before season 3 came out, like, oh, was she going to cut herself on the throne the way she does in the books? And I honestly thought that that's how the episode 2 was going to end.
Yeah. It should have. They should have. They gave her period instead. These notes are actually, I put these notes actually later on when she has her period. I'm like, she has her period.
Yeah, we talked about that in the last one, I think. I think you went into detail about that when we talked about it in episode 2.
No, it happened was it episode 2 that happened? Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it didn't happen at all. She got her period in episode 3, yes, but it wasn't while she was in front of people. I thought you said in the book it happened while she was petitioning and there was blood
cutting
down
her
leg.
Fingers, yeah. Not getting her period, but cutting her fingers, yeah. But I was just like, oh, all right, yes.
I misunderstood. I thought you said that she, in the books, when she sat down for the petition, she was bleeding down her leg from her period.
I said she cut her finger, and they noticed that she cut her finger and she was bleeding. And they were like, oh, people were like talking like, oh, she's cutting herself on the throne. She must not be fit to rule.
Okay. So the period blood that she had in the books because of the miscarriage was a separate scene, kind of more accurate to the way they did it in the show.
Yeah, what I did say was that she was still recovering from the miscarriage, and that's why she wasn't like going and running to fight, not getting locked in her room. She just wasn't fighting.
So yeah, she wants tributes from all the great houses, which I mean, it's not the best way to start out your reign to like demand money from everybody. Especially because I feel like a lot of the houses I feel like never officially declared. Stark certainly did. Aaron's kind of like gave a promissory note and like said they would take in the kids, but never sent any soldiers. The Tyrells never made never. I mean, Boris Baratheon, same thing. He made a promise but didn't send anybody. Dorne certainly not. Tyrells, they haven't jumped in. The only people who really declared were the Starks, the Lannisters, and the Rivermen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
And the Hightowers, of course.
Right.
So to like call out to all the great houses, it's like, listen, they already didn't even take a position in this. Why are they now going to want to send you money? I don't know.
Right. Well, they got to get the money somewhere, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate that they kept making a reference to all the rats everywhere, because Daemon went and had the baby killed, and then they killed the rat catchers, and now there's no rat catchers. So
is that
thanks,
how
Daemon, for the rats. This is all your fault.
Is that how it went in the book?
I think they did mention that. I think they mentioned that they were rats. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it's literally an infestation, and it's like on top of everything that she's going through. That's like, I mean, think about it. Like, you've got all the things going on in your life. You just lost a loved one. Your dog's probably constantly giving issues. Not yours, but like my cat is the one I'm thinking of. Job is needing a million things at once, and then you come home to find out there's fucking cockroaches everywhere.
Gross.
And you can't even focus on that because everything else takes precedent.
Right.
Like, you are in your bedroom as the queen, and there's rats on your table. Like,
gross. Yeah. Thanks, Daemon.
I can't believe Allison even put up with that. Like, how do they not hire new rat catchers? I guess nobody would want the position after that.
Right. Well, Aemon had them all killed, so they were done.
So next I have that Rhaenyra dresses for the petitions, and it's the first time that she's like making a appearance in front of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And she declines jewels. She goes, I will wear no needless ornaments. Mm-hmm. Girl, you got the royal jewels and you're not going to wear anything? Like, even if you're not proud like that, it's still like a symbol. I guess the crown is all that matters.
I think she wanted to be seen, knowing that she was the queen, and it's like problematic. I think she probably just didn't want to seem too feminine,
considering how
queenly.
Poor everybody is outside, you can't be showing that. That'd be like, let them eat cake. Good point.
Right. But also seeming more masculine like a king versus feminine like a queen, because they were, or,
just another reason why the casting was so perfect, having a non-binary person. I mean, some of the faces that she makes, it's just like I can make those faces, but it's not typically the way that a lady composes herself. And she's just like, listen, buddy.
Yeah.
Like a woman and like a female cowboy in like the Wild West. Like, everybody's like, oh, she can't keep up, and she's like, watch me.
I think some of her mannerisms have been a little awkward. I love her, don't get me wrong, but some of her mannerisms, I think maybe episode 4, like all of her like head movements, I'm like, what the hell is she doing? Like, she's
that's what I'm saying.
She's like moving her head around. I'm like, girl.
She's like there was something about when she pushes the cup away. She's like, it was useless. It's like I see it as all responses to your mental health failing, because your normal way of composing yourself and holding yourself, you kind of just like lose that mask, and like also the masculinity, when they arrive in King's Landing and they start walking up to the Red Keep. I mean, that face, that was the face of a warrior. Not to say that a warrior is or is not a man or a woman, but that was the face of that was pretty boss mask.
Yeah. Agreed.
The next, well, then we talked about, I guess, the people who made petitions.
Is that next?
I don't have any notes on that.
The next note I have is when she goes into Helena and Allison. That's the next note that I have.
Where's the gold?
Yep. And Helena just asks her if all of this is making her feel better about Chase's death, which I thought was like just keeping us here locked up. Like, is this making you feel better that your son died? I don't know. I really like Helena. I like how they're going about her character. As we all know, how much I despise this whole Allison Rhaenyra fucking storyline. I fucking hate it. I do enjoy their dialogue, and I think they're both doing a phenomenal job. I'm trying to take it for what it is outside of the book. And I do enjoy their interactions, and I do enjoy their dialogue as much as I hate the fact that this is what they've given us as a storyline. They're both supposed to be in jail, in the dungeon.
It's tough because, like, Allison, the actress, certainly, it's like you want to like her, and I know you do because you are Queen Allison. But then, like, also, like, they made her hard to like. So it's tough because in the quiet, private conversations between the two of them, there's that closeness and that ease. Even though they're talking about rough things, they are familiar with each other. There's that familiarity. But then when she's out and about, she's got her mask up.
Yeah. And in the book in general, she's much more of like a wicked stepmother. Definitely she is the villain. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, Ormond has very minimal, like, character development, and she is the villain. Like, she's the one. And yeah.
So at this point in the books, is she being held at the Red Keep?
Her and Helena are both, like, they took them both to jail. Took them both to prison.
Okay, so nobody.
There was actually one part in the book that they are not going to do, so I'm going to talk about it. I don't know if it's now or a little bit later, but Massaria. So, like, they kept accusing, obviously, of Rhaenyra's children being bastards, and Massaria was like, "All right, you know what? Let's send her and Helena both to the whorehouse. Let the men have their way with them until they're both with bastards, and then let's see how they feel about having bastards." Like, it was brutal. And, like, I think that might have been Mushroom's account, actually. It's not confirmed that that's really what happened, but that was an accounting in the book. Like, brutal. Like, the way that they treated them was because they were like, Allison was so from the jump, like, we have to kill Rhaenyra, we have to kill Rhaenyra, we have to get rid of Rhaenyra. She wasn't like, oh, we can't kill her. No, she was the one that was like, let's do it. She's got to go. The way Daemon is about Darren. So it's just a whole different dynamic.
Yeah,
I'm checking over here in the comments.
Sorry, is bloodthirsty. I also wrote down that I noticed as they were sitting at the council, none of them were using the balls. Like, the balls, like the little ball holders were in front of them, but they weren't using the balls. And so then I liked in episode 4 the little shout out to that where Orwell tried to use it, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
Relics of a dead regime. I loved that.
Yeah.
Because I never really understood that whole process.
Yeah, I still have no idea what the hell those balls were for.
It was supposed to be like, I'm like, we are now in session, like, this person is at the table, but they were also supposed to be like, I have the talking stick, so it didn't make any sense because they all had their balls in there.
Orwell's also in jail, by the way.
In the books?
Not on the council. Yeah.
Too bad. We like him.
I like him, though. I do like him. He's a nice actor. He's a little cute, Maester.
So the next thing I have is somebody saying Sunfire is dead. And at that time when I wrote this note, I remember thinking, like, when we did, like, the pre-season recap, I'm like, apparently in the books, Sunfire has been, was, very much wounded, but the people at Rook's Rest had been feeding him and nurturing him back to health, and, like, nobody knew this. So when I heard that, and then I rewatched episode 2, I took note that Kristen Cole was like, Sunfire was long in the dying. So that doesn't say Sunfire is dead. It just means when we left, he was still dying. Like, we didn't kill him, but he was dying and taking a long time to do so. So this is the first time anybody has said Sunfire is dead. And I don't actually have written down who said it.
I never read it.
So at that point, I thought, okay, well, the storyline of Sunfire potentially being alive from the books is squashed. Stay tuned.
No.
So then Rhaenyra tells her guard. Oh yeah, so Rhaenyra actually says to the guard, the guy who's like it's the gold cloak's guard because she hasn't gotten the white cloak guy yet.
Mhm.
And this was based on her conversation with the Septon. Okay, so I skipped something.
Yes.
Septon's next.
Yep.
Cool.
The Septon very much just like, you can't go against the faith, and I'm not anointing you because the real king isn't dead yet. Don't go against the
Because
faith.
where's his body? Where's his body?
Right.
That we never called the
Right.
Silent Sisters.
Yeah. And she's
And they
just
don't know
like,
that he left. So as far as they're concerned, he's somewhere in the Red Keep. And until
Right.
they see his body.
right. So he's very much, I'm not anointing you, and don't spit in the face of faith. And I am curious if this is going to go somewhere. There's a big thing that happens later on in the book, and I'm curious if this plot point later on down the line, that's going to be massive, and I'm really excited to see how they go about it and how they film it, and I hope they don't fuck it up. I'm wondering if the
yes,
Septon
but
is going to be
especially
that
because-
person in the book, Raul. I hope you know what I'm talking about. But because of the way that the Septon settle that, I'm curious if they're going to merge the Septon's character with another random nobody character later on down the line.
So clearly, based on what you're saying, probably has some influence, even though they're a random nobody character.
It's going to be it's a big fucking plot point. Big.
Okay. I mean, I definitely think it's going to be an issue. Like it's not, this is not the last we're going to see of him, especially because of what, that we talked about it more with Orwell in the next episode. But one thing I was curious about with this episode, it's one thing to be like, listen, lady, I can't go switching back and forth. This is a you guys problem. For now, this is what we have, and this is what we're sticking with. Or is it there's like a anti-woman in charge thing? Because, until recently, we never let women be religious leaders in our own world.
Right. Yeah. And I think the
There's no notes about that in the book. There's no I know that in the book, they definitely are no women allowed in the Citadel. But is there anything in the books about how there's no female Septons?
No.
Raul, tell us. Is that ever officially stipulated, or is it just uncommon?
Raul says the faith hate Targaryens still, only 4 generations removed from Maegor, which makes sense. Maegor was terrible. And they're anti-women. And weren't the High Towers also though not influential with the faith, but close with the faith, I guess you could say. The way Alicent came in and redid all of King's Landing to represent the faith.
That's what Orwell says in episode 4. He's like, the High Towers don't have influence over the faith, but their power is built on the faith. Right. So they kind of go hand in hand. It's like, well, if all of my power is built on this one idea, and you are the beacon of that idea, then we're probably going to get along.
Right.
I was going to make a current political equation, but I don't want to do that right now.
I almost did it before too, and I was just like, let me just not.
Just more for me to edit out. But yeah, the Targaryens never really cared about the Seven. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Seven existed in Westeros before. The old gods, which the Northmen kept, and the people, the blood of whatever, I can't remember. Blood of the North? What was what we called what was in the blood of Ned Stark and Jon Snow? The old men. So the old gods and the old men were there a lot longer. And then the whatever called people who became everybody else but the old men, I guess, immigrated, must be. Or maybe they were only in the southern half and they immigrated up. I don't know. But the Seven, the faith, the Seven I think was established in Westeros before the Targaryens came. No?
Yeah. Raoul said they were the first seat of power before the Targaryens. The Andals brought them, and the First Men. Those are Raoul's comments.
Cool. But yeah, those are like the three religions, as it were. The old gods with the werewolves, the seven, and then the Targaryens, they don't really have their own religion. They are the gods.
They are the gods. Yes. They sure are. I think
magic. They're the Wiccan. They're Wiccan. They're Wiccan.
Said it multiple times, right? Didn't Viserys didn't Viserys Daenerys' brother say it all the time? Like, we are gods. Like, I feel like that Viserys said it constantly.
Yeah.
I love when he died. He sucked.
But also that actor killed that role. A character arc like that for a single season when we didn't even get that kind of character growth out of the Daenerys character in that season. I know she matured and she gained power, but I don't feel like her character ever changed. The way that guy literally went from pompous to out of his mind in one season. Yeah.
I mean, I think he was always out of his mind.
Yeah.
But he did a good job.
Just a lot of range was
He's
shown.
like one of the guys we never met. Like, I've never seen his name ever come up at a con ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. And a lot of the times when somebody dies, example Pedro Pascal, when this is such a big show, then they get their kind of next thing.
Yeah.
But maybe that was just so early, it wasn't like a huge hit yet that just being on the show for one season was enough to lift you up. I don't know.
Yeah, possible.
So the next thing I have is the dinner with the Valerians, which if this is your first week in King's Landing, the fact that you're having I don't know, I think it's weird. Hey, come to dinner with these two guys that are part of our army.
You still can't see me, can you?
I can. I'm sorry. No, I'm not looking at you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Raoul chirped in real quick. The old gods are the faith of the first men. The Andals brought the seven. The Andals fought the first men and were defeated by the Starks and the North.
But my question is, where do the Andals come from? Where did they? Where is their? Where are they native to? Another continent, or just the southern part of this continent? Something to think about.
Yeah, let us know when you have the answer, because I don't know. Okay, so sorry. Dinner with Corlys. Yes, Corlys wants his bastards legitimized, and wants to make Alan his heir. I'm like, what about he still has Joffrey technically? Joffrey's still alive, and technically his grandson.
Yeah, and Rhaena and Baela. But
Rhaena and Baela are not Rhaenyra's children. So they're
but they are his grandchildren. They are his grandchildren.
They are, but Baela now, her husband her fiance is dead, so she's not having children at this moment. And Rhaena, we don't know where the hell she is.
Yeah, well, I think more so based on his conversations about this in season 2, it was that Rhaena was basically not somebody who she's not fit to rule in their opinion because she's mousy and doesn't have a dragon. And Baela, he already asked her to be his heir, and she said the high tide or whatever the seat of high tide is for salt and sea, I am blood and fire. So she declined to be his heir.
But we still have Joffrey.
I think now that his wife is gone and his seed is gone, he's got nothing else, and these are the two people that he can cling to, because he already gave the seat to Joffrey. And that's a good question. Why does Joffrey not have it? I don't know.
Well, actually, I'm thinking about it, and probably because now Joffrey's next in line for the Iron Throne, so he can't get Driftmark because he's now going to get the Iron Throne. That's why. I have to just think about it for a minute.
But also, he's now made a connection with these men.
Yeah.
I was rewatching, and Rhaenys even says to him in that scene where she's like, "Oh, you're so comely. Your mother must have been very comely." She's like, "They told me he was the one that dragged you out of the water. He should be raised up for the actions he's done." She didn't say he should be legitimized, but she's like, you should, like, you know, give him, like, it's almost suspicious that you're not making him, like, promoting him when he's done what he's done. And it wasn't until, you know, the end of it that it was after that he made him his first hand. So anyway, I think that just the connection he's had with them, they've now saved him twice, and he lost Tide. It's like he just wants to cling to something.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
And they've like shown themselves to be very worthy. Both of them.
I agree.
So my question is, yes, it would take Rhaenyra's checklist, you know, to legitimize them. But can't he still technically name them as his heir?
I would guess so. I mean, I don't know why he couldn't, right?
Yeah,
or
that's
just
why
say
he
like,
said
these
in
are my
the next
bastards. Why
episode,
couldn't
he's
he
like,
do that?
He's like, I can't give you legitimacy. But he didn't say, I can't give you my name.
Right.
Which is and isn't the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she would have to give them the name, I think, but he could still say, like, these are my bastards.
Yeah, like, you can still recognize somebody. Like, Roose Bolton recognized his son, and he was a bastard until he was, I was going to say naturalized.
But he did give him the Bolton last name, didn't he?
But
Roose
until then, he was still his recognized bastard.
Right.
And I'm not sure if he was his heir at that point, but there was definitely a point after the Red Wedding and before the marriage to Sansa where he got a sealed thing from the king. I keep thinking of it like a pardon because it's something only the king, only the president can do.
Yeah.
And it's the only way to get that thing accomplished.
Okay.
I just think it must have been a weird invite. Like, hey, Rhaenyra, you just took the throne yesterday. Want to come to dinner with me and these two guys who are commanders in our army? Like, it seems like more of a lunch kind of thing that I as somebody who was the new queen. Yeah. As somebody who's a new queen, I'm like, this is my first like proper dinner in the Red Keep, and it's going to be with these guys. Where's Daemon? Where's my council? Where's my besties? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting for sure.
But he is her hand, so that does make sense, actually.
Yeah. My next
she didn't say yes either. She just said, she just kind of smiled. I don't think she said anything. She didn't say yes and she didn't say no.
Right. She's probably like, oh, fuck.
So I think she's like, let me think on it.
Yeah.
You've given me much to think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then in the next episode, he's like, we agreed about this. And she's like, no, I did not agree to anything.
Yeah. My next note is, I think jumping ahead, it's like one tiny little note. When she was walking in the hallway and she passes Bela and she just like can't even look at her. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Is that the same? That's not the same moment where, so it's different moments. She's walking down the hallway and she sees Jace, and like they even have the actor of Jace walking by like it is him. And then she looks around and the person who was walking was not him. And he kind of looked like him, but he looked behind it. And he's like, no, I thought it was him, but it's not him. But she wasn't just mistaking him. It's like, it's one thing when you see somebody and they look so much like that person that for a second you thought it was that person. No, this is not that. This is straight up hallucination.
Yeah. Yeah. And then can't look at Bela in the hallway. I just thought that was like an interesting.
Well, she hasn't forgiven him yet. Like she's okay. So she's officially holding the Rider of Sheep Stealer responsible. Like they wouldn't have died if that person wasn't there. Let's be honest, people die in battles. And it wasn't Sheep Stealer that thwarted the dragon. It was the pirates. So when she says, I want to look on the face of the person who killed my son, she's kind of in her mind putting that person to be the Rider of Sheep Stealer.
Right.
Yes, it got more chaotic
because she distracted the fuck out of Jace. Like if in this storyline,
but Jace had already gotten hit
wasn't
once.
there distracting the fuck out of them, I don't think he would have died. And I think that was the whole point.
Yeah, but in the books, Sheep Stealer was not doing that. But Jace still died.
Yes. But
So
they changed the whole
Raina
story
was
and made it
not directly responsible, but she was certainly a culprit.
right. But she doesn't know that. But it's Bela that she can't look at, which I thought was interesting.
That's what I meant.
Bela
Bela,
that she
like
walked
Bela
by.
is guilty by association because
Right.
not that she could have stopped Jace, but the fact that she joined Jace. It's like if my boyfriend wants to go rob a bank and I'm like, you really shouldn't do that. And he's like, okay, stay home or come with me. And I say, I'm going to go with you. Then yeah, I'm guilty.
And
I'm
Bela's the one
responsible.
that, and Bela's the one that told her. Gave her the news. Came back with the body.
Gave her the news. Yeah. But no, still, I think that she's, again, like if this is a kind of morbid, but like if your son dies in a drunk driving accident, dies because he was drunk driving and his girlfriend's in the seat, the mom's not going to be able to look at the girlfriend. It's not the girlfriend's fault. And the girlfriend wants to mourn just as much as the mom does, but it's like, I can't even look at you. You're who he was
Also,
with.
why are you alive and he's not? Yeah, that.
And you guys both betrayed me and you're the one who's still around. Like the third person who was directly responsible for them going and her not going was the Queen's Guard, the guy with the white cloak. And at first she spared him, and then as she was leaving Dragonstone, she's like, let him decide how he wants to die. So Jace died, that guy was put down, and this is the only person left who could be directly responsible, and she can't even really be mad at that person. So now she's blaming Sheep Stealer when in fact it was Lohar and the pirates and Thailand. And none of them are there. And like killing a single pirate wouldn't do anything. Like if anything, take your dragon and go kill all of the pirates that remain. Like that's the closest thing you'll have to revenge. Because it was a random pirate with a random machine gun that was responsible. And the arrow guy who put in the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So then that's when the note I have about Sunfire's dead. Rhaenyra tells the guard that, based on her conversation with the Septon, where the Septon's like, well, we can't declare him dead without a body. What you gonna do about it? And then she goes to, what's the guy's name that I love? Commander, whatever. Commander Cutie, I'll call him. She goes to Commander Cutie and she's like, Aegon will be declared dead and Joffrey must return from the Vale. And he's like, it's a shrewd plan, or maybe that's what somebody else said, but he said it's a gambit, whatever that means. But he's not telling her that's a terrible idea. It's just like, okay, whatever you say, sis. But the weird thing about her saying Aegon will be Joffrey will return from the Vale, isn't she the one who sent Joffrey to the Vale to then be continued on to Essos? Or was the plan that Joffrey would ward in the Vale and the two that she had with Daemon and the eggs would go on to Essos with Rhaena? What was the actual plan? Because the ship with
Joffrey
the
was
two
supposed to be in the Vale and the other two were going to Essos, because the other two were going to Essos when that battle happened and they were captured, and that's why Jace went in the first place. And Joffrey wasn't.
I guess since they all left Dragonstone together, the eggs, the two blondes, and the little Joffrey, I kind of thought that they were all going with Rhaena to, because like that means that she's asking Rhaena to be the mother that she can't be to the two blondes, and she's just sending Joffrey off to a strange woman, and he's like still a kid.
Right. But now she needs him back because now he's the heir, so he's got to be with her.
Okay. I just don't know how much save free would have been in the Vale, although the Vale is pretty impenetrable.
Yeah.
Versus Essos. So yeah, then Rey is seeing things. Oh, and then this is what I'm talking about with the paranoia. She goes to Missaria, and Missaria's like, oh, it's bigger and smaller than I thought it would be. And she goes, let the staff be questioned. Those who cling to the high towers must be replaced. And that's straight up paranoia. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe like the handmaids and like, the guards that they killed, but like the rest of these people, they just want a job. And they want their job in the keep. Like, literally, how are they clinging to the power that, like, they're not talking to Eamon? Like, what are they going to do? Stab you? So I think it was like absolute paranoia for her to think, let's keep an eye on these guys. I mean, obviously, I want to keep an eye on them, but the fact that she's asking Massaria to root them out, I mean, you know,
Sorry, knows things.
I just feel like that's a bit, I don't know, just interesting. I think that the point of that moment was to display her paranoia, which is another symptom of her spiraling out.
Mm.
And that's the end. How did that episode end?
You skipped over a lot of things that I wrote, so I don't know.
Please go on.
After she couldn't look at Bella, well, this is where I wrote like bleeding because of course she is. Now she also has to have her friggin' period while all this other shit's going on.
Oh, my notes
but
were
then
really
that's
out
where I
of
wrote
order.
about
Sorry.
putting herself on the throne, and I thought that was like an interesting shift. Like we're still making her bleed, but in a different way, you know. Because women are weak and have their periods and can't rule because we're emotional.
But that also, the difference is that that's not in front of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And we also don't know, is this a period thing? And then obviously this is not something to go into gory details about in the show, but is it like the first time she's getting her period again since the miscarriage? Since you mentioned that, I know about it, that she was still recovering from that, like that part of her body. But I don't think that they're really going with that in the book, in the show. Like, I don't think that's,
they're not like making the miscarriage thing as much.
Yeah, I think this is just period.
Yeah.
Because in the next scene she goes for the cramps. So yeah, it's just period.
Yeah, but I like how they're showing like they're doing a good job of showing like what a train wreck and a half she's taken over and like how unprepared she is to like handle it.
And that, again, she still has to go through her daily life, and then on top of it, there's rats, and her daily life being
there's friggin' rats. And then we go to you skipped over a whole lot. Then we go to
I should have stuck to saying I said for you to
you can't relinquish control though, it's impossible. So they go to like knighting the three of them, Ulf, Hugh, and you left this whole part of this. This is actually a huge part of the show, a part of this episode.
I'm sorry.
So they go to knight them, and Ulf was just like, "Oh, how do you style yourself?" And he's like, "Targaryen," and you're like, no, the fuck
absolutely
you
don't.
That whole interaction was so funny to me. I'm like,
that 3-second clip there. Targaryen. Oh, absolutely not. Like, pure comedy, pure cinema, no notes, immaculate.
No notes. No, absolutely the fuck you don't. Fuck out of here. That's my actual note. Ulf Targaryen question mark. No, the fuck you won't.
And then Ulf the White. I feel like in the book that must have been Ulf the White because he had white hair. But in the show he has gray hair. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't have the Targaryen blonde.
Right.
In the book, he had Targaryen blonde?
I think he did.
The way Hugh does?
Which made it more like believable that like you could be a Targaryen bastard. Like I think that's how they kind of like knew, you know?
Yeah, that's how you tell.
And then
the only reason apparently that he told people he was because a red priest of a shy told him that he was.
Yeah. Right. Adam's like, yeah. Waiting for her to be like Adam Valorian because they just had this conversation at dinner yesterday. Just had the conversation and Adam Valorian.
That was a face of silent defeat. It was a face of silent
in the book. So I'm not sure what the change is about because they do wind up legitimizing both of them.
Right away or later down the road?
I think it was pretty quick.
So they're just adding the drama.
Said, like, I think it was like right after that battle. They were like,
they're just giving Corlys and his character some drama.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam of Hull, when she knighted him, Adam of Hull, it was the face of silent defeat. Because, like, think about it. He's literally been raised up. It's probably only been 2 weeks since he was chosen by Sea Smoke. Even if it was a month, it's still a long way to go from person searching for clams in the sand, whose brother is actually doing pretty well, even though he's still a bastard, to dragon rider to the dragon rider that the queen wants to come with him, even though there's two other options. She brings him to Harrenhal, like so,
Right.
like top dragon rider of the team, to like hero, to
Mhm.
then Valerian, according to his dad. I mean, his life has changed so much in the last month. So honestly, I would be like, I mean, the name can wait.
Yeah, but I think because they just had the conversation, and I think he was just anticipating, like,
Yeah, true.
gonna
Like,
happen.
if somebody tells me that I'm going to get invited on
Yeah.
stage to give a speech, and then I'm sitting there with my speech ready to go, and then they never call my name and end up calling somebody else, or or like, you give you give an award speech and like they cut you off after 10 seconds. Like,
The commercial music goes on.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I think, yeah, and like Hugh, there's a scene with Hugh asking again, like for a house, for a castle, or lordship, because he's done so much, and like
Well,
he's
he just
still
wants to,
waiting,
he
still
wants to bring
waiting.
his wife back, and he can't really
He
bring her
wants to bring
back
his wife
until he
back.
can promise her something.
Yeah, because his wife is in Tumbleton and she's dismissed again. And that's
Well, because they already addressed in the previous episode that you don't get a castle just because you're a
right.
lord. You get a horse. So
Mhm.
I don't think he's asking for a castle, but he is asking to be provided for.
Right. So, and she's like, I'll get you. Do you see that this? She reminds me of like that meme. I'm surprised someone hasn't done this meme yet, but like a meme of the dog with like the fire behind him, and he's like, "This is fine, everything's fine." Like that's what this is right now. And I don't know how no one's done this meme with her yet, but editing for you, put it down. Taking credit for it, but you can make it happen. And then there's another conversation. She goes back to Allison to have another little slumber party chit chat, because of course,
And
I
she
did like
goes to
Allison.
tell her, and
Huh?
Helena's in the Godswood.
Yeah, but I do like the conversation. I do like and this is the advice that we've been hearing. I feel like all of the previews, all of the trailers, it's been Allison talking to her and telling her, as a queen, you'll do things you would never have done. You'll do things you'd shudder from. That's it. Those are my notes.
I mean, that's no different than like a person who like becomes like an executive at a company. Like I feel like a lot of the people I've worked with would have hoped that they could run things differently, but then as soon as they're an executive and they are now beholden to the shareholders, then they have to do things that maybe are not the choice that they want. It's like, I'd like to give you that raise. Truly, I would, whether they meant it or not. And then politicians like, oh, I'll never be corrupt. I'll never work with a lobbyist. And then it turns out that's literally the only way to get things done is if you do a I scratch my back, you scratch yours kind of thing.
No new wars. Oh, sorry. We said we weren't going to talk about it.
And then I guess
cutting room floor.
The next scene is the kid is not my son.
No, the banquet. You left out the banquet. This is also huge. You just skipped right to the end. The banquet was huge. We're talking about how poor the poor people are, how they've been affected by this blockade. There's no food, there's no anything for them. So Rhaenyra holds a banquet for all the high people and all the lords, and feeds them fucking rats.
Well, because she said, when Masari said, "What would your father do?" and she goes, "Hold a banquet," and that's how she got the idea. And I thought that was so cool.
So good, so good. I love that scene. I was like, "Oh, that's a rat." That's really
especially because she was like playing the proper host, and she's like, "And I'm so glad to now have you guys all on my side." A little later than I would have liked to.
They all lifted their glasses, took some wine.
Yeah. And then the one guy's like, "I wouldn't have done that." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, you would just lie compliant in your grave while your children starve to death." Okay, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Good talk. Yeah, I did
but
like
clearly
that.
They did hoard stuff because there was like however much they had to spend on that food, they were not left wanting. They definitely hoarded, and there was definitely a lot to go around. Not enough to feed all the people, but certainly the that's like funding food banks from $1 million to $2 million. Like, it's not going to stop people from being hungry And even if it does, it's only going to last so long. But
Yeah.
it's showing, it's an easy way to show, I'm on your side, bro. It's like stimulus checks.
Yeah.
$2,000. It's going to change my life.
Yep. I just thought it was such a badass move. And then to tell them like, oh, and by the way, while you're sitting here, all the Go Globes are going to your house and taking all the shit that you've been hoarding back.
Like
So
that's that.
My literal note
that's
is
that
I love it.
bitch.
Love it. Badass.
And honestly, I saw it coming as the people were all bringing out the stuff. I'm like, my dad was sitting next to me. I'm like, no, she's not going to feed them rats. Is she going to feed them rats? Oh my God, she's feeding them rats. She fed them rats. Did I say it or did I not say it? She's feeding them rats. Like, pretty excited.
Yeah. Raoul said Vlad the Impaler did that to the nobles on his land that were corrupt, but he poisoned them. Not rats, but poison. So that's a little interesting fun fact that I didn't know.
He did that. Well, yeah, no, I've listened to podcasts about that shit, and basically like the way that they built their wealth was just killing off people and just absorbing their things, their wealth.
Yeah.
Because back then there were no rules.
Yeah.
Like now somebody would probably like make sure that somebody who is on their side would be the next person in line, and then do something to get that first person kicked out, like based on like an email or something.
Yeah. Very, very Robin Hood of her. Per
Or
my
dick pic.
Per the moose. Very Robin Hood what they're doing.
Yeah.
My next note was Torrin Manderly, and I just don't know why he looks familiar. I feel like we've seen him before. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Up, Jacqueline. I had this prepared, and you literally just said that. And this is the one time I didn't. I'll tell you. I can tell you. Okay. Can you hold on? Can you just start that again?
Ready? Torrin Manderly. Why does he look familiar? These are my notes. My handwriting is like a 2-year-old. Sorry. Go ahead.
So there's something that I recognize him from, and I had to look him up on IMDb, and at first it didn't really track. He's a voice actor in a lot of things, including the Robot Chicken, Aqua Teen Hunger. He was a recurring role on The Goldbirds, which was a sitcom. Good Luck Chuck and Balls of Fury he was in. Sharknado 5. But here's what you know him from. Harry Potter universe, Fantastic Beasts.
Definitely not.
Or what I know him from, The Walking Dead. You would know him from that too.
Oh,
he's like a music teacher or something. He was like later seasons.
Thank you.
That's what I recognized him from. It took me a minute. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I didn't look it up. I was like, I think he's been on the show before. I couldn't. I was just like, nah, whatever.
When I posted my thing about the Ronnie the Ruin, somebody commented, because I was like, I had no idea where I knew him from, and then I found out it was like when I looked it up, of course, it all made all kinds of sense. It was Sons of Anarchy. And somebody commented, how could you not know that? And this is how. Because these actors are so good. It's not just like costumes and prosthetics that's making them look different, because there's very little of them. It's maybe the hair is different, but it's because they are, as character actors, as dramatic actors, they are creating and crafting an entirely different character. And yes, it's in different worlds, so the clothes are different, and the hairstyles are different, and the hair colors are different. But I'm telling you, like Marjorie, I knew her. She was the girl from the Tudors immediately. She's playing the same exact character and making the same faces. It's just these actors are so good at crafting characters that you cannot place where they're familiar from.
Yeah.
And that's just a testament to the actors and the costume and hair department.
Yeah, this guy did not. And also, I know, Raoul also said Fantastic Beasts. I don't watch Harry Potter. Sorry. Not a fan. Never was a fan. Definitely not a fan now. Sorry. Didn't know that.
No, we both would. I said you would know him from the Harry Potter universe, but in truth, then I remember that you did you did Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, not Harry Potter. Right? I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, not that knockoff Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Also, fuck J.K. Rowling. Sorry, moving on.
But yeah, definitely I was like, I know him and it's from something goofy. Like the first thing that came to mind was what's the show with the vampires? Something After Dark. The Silly Vampires. The sitcom.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is he in that too?
No, he's not. But that's like the first thing I thought. I'm like, I know this
He
guy,
looks
and
like
I
that
know
guy.
he's in like some sort of character role, like a goofy role. Like it's not like
Okay.
I know him from other period piece stuff. It's like, and I mean, people online are pretty excited about the character that he played in, I think, Balls of Fury.
Okay. Can you stop? My dragon's trying to drink my wine.
Okay, next.
Banquet, Tormund Manderly, why is he familiar? Now we know.
But yeah, he definitely made an impression on her. And it wasn't necessarily a bad one. She's like, why are you smiling at me so insolently? And he even said, he's like, maybe everybody will forget that it's your blockade. But at the same time, he's speaking to her honestly, and he's complimenting her. And he's the only one in the room who's not throwing a fit about her guards being in their houses. Instead, he congratulates her on a hand well played. And her face after, she's like, well, they're in your house too. And he's like, I'm sure they are. And I think she was intrigued by him. And so then it makes perfect sense what happens with his character in the next episode. To be continued.
Be continued. Yeah. And then I think the next scene is her and Daemon standing and talking, like at night.
At the parapets, yeah.
Yeah. My only note is that Daemon just wants to use those damn dragons. That's all he wants to do. And just go fuck shit up. That's my literal note. And
it was nice that they had that nice conversation in Valyrian, though.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very cool. And then, but she knows she needs to fix King's Landing before the rest of the realm. You need to get the capital, you need to get King's Landing on board, and then you can figure everything else out. You can't just go take your dragons. And I think he made a comment about Aegon the Conqueror taking over with the dragons or something. He used the dragons in an analogy,
kind of
but
had
she's like, no,
Daenerys mentality. He's like, we could take like instead of one of the things I loved about what Daenerys did in the Free Cities is that she goes, how can I conquer an entire kingdom when I can't even keep these 3 cities under control? No, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to get this under control. And then when I'm strong enough, like when I know what I'm doing, then I can do this. And Daemon's he's like, okay, well, now that we've conquered this, let's go this is done. Like, put a check in that one. Like, we're on the throne now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And he's like, not even like thinking about the fact that they still have the powerhouse of a threat in Vhagar. And I guess he thinks that the Hightower host is a non-issue. He thinks that Kristen Cole host is a non-issue. Like, he just thinks now that we are sitting in this throne, everything's fixed, and now we can set our sights on bigger prizes. That just shows how unfit to rule he is, to be honest.
Yeah,
shiny thing.
Not jiving. The two of them are here and here, here and here.
You said they're not jiving?
Like their thought process are not jiving. Like, she's here, he's here, she's here, he's here. Like, they're trying to do. She wants to take King's Landing and make things nice there and then move on. And he's like, fuck it, let's just fix it. Like, let's just go take over everywhere.
And she cares about the people. Like, he's like, fuck those guys. Let's go spend our money. It's not unlike what's going on here. It's like, okay, let's take away Medicare, let's take away food stamps. And meanwhile, I need a new jet. Next.
They give out food to the poor. This was my Marjorie moment. I'm like, very Marjorie Tyrell. I feel like she literally did the same thing. Got out of the cart, stopped to talk to all the poor people when they were on the King's Road. That's my only note.
And her facial expressions here were weird too.
It's like a PR stunt almost,
And in honor of my father. Like, it was like, I've never seen her make those faces and talk like that before.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of her mannerisms I thought were weird. Like, a lot of the oh, yes. I don't know.
I've said it before and I've said it again.
The way she was acting was weird.
She's having a manic episode. I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Okay. Thank you, Mikey. I did sneeze. Tell that to Dorn.
So is this, we skipped the part?
No, we're still not done.
The Dragon Keeper was right after the conversation with Daemon, no? Because then the food thing
that's the very end. That's the very end. You're still forgetting about Corlys calling all of her sons bastards.
Whoa. This was an action-packed episode, huh?
It was. You just skipped right to the end.
I told you, my notes were very meager. Magar
Oh my
Meager.
gosh. Joffrey was a bastard. Then Lucerys was a bastard. And Jacaerys was a bastard.
He lived
my favorite-
and died a bastard.
Bastards. My
And
favorite
it like wasn't in
meme-
private either.
No, my favorite meme that came out of all of this. Oh my gosh. I think my sister sent it to me today. It was that, and then underneath was her face being like, your son was gay. Like, just say it. Just say it. Your son was gay. If your son could get it up,
No,
for
he'll
5
grow out
minutes,
of it.
this wouldn't be a
It's
problem.
like no, he is getting dicked up every day of the week out in Pentos or Bravos or Essos, and he's loving every minute of it. And he's probably got like a no newspaper, no international events conversations rule because he doesn't even want to know.
It's funny because I'm actually just thinking of this now, is that when Marjorie married Loras, Marjorie knew, no, that's her brother. When Marjorie married, Baratheon. Oh my God.
Robert Stannis.
Start over.
Renly.
Stannis, Robert, thank you.
She knew
When
he was gay.
Marjorie
She didn't
married
care
Renly-
because she just wanted the throne and she knew that they could still have children. Like all they needed to do was have children. Same with Alicent and Viserys. He was still not over his wife. She thought he was kind but didn't love him. It's a marriage of convenience. It's a royal marriage. That's the point.
I know.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say is that
Sorry.
when Marjorie married Renly and she knew that he was gay, at one point she went in and she was like, we can bring in my brother if it'll help. Like, why the hell did Rhaenyra not do that? Like, find some dude, what was his name? Joffrey was his lover at the time, right? Bring in Joffrey, get him hard. All you have to do is 2 seconds and then I'm pregnant. Like, maybe not 2 seconds, but
Well,
you know
Joffrey
what I mean?
was the one that was killed at the banquet, and then he had a new friend
other one.
after that.
You're
But
right, you're
I
right.
think they did say they tried. So they made an effort.
Mhm.
Maybe not enough of an effort. Maybe not a threesome type of effort. Don't forget, Marjorie Tyrell is from Highgarden, and in the Reach, they have. It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's the France of the world, but in comparison to the uptightness of the rest of the kingdoms, Dorne and Highgarden, they be getting freaky. Remember Olenna's like, oh, you never experimented with the guys in your army? Like, they freaks.
Yeah, true. I just thought that was funny that like your son was gay. Like, I just wish I would have just said it.
It was outrageous. And then the commander was like, Corlys, you better watch yourself. And that's when he finally raised his voice. And you can see in the background, it's blurry, but all of the people who are working on taking down all the green stuff and like fixing up the place, they all got quiet and looked. So talk about some gossip. I'm going to write that down for my TMZ gossip column.
Okay.
Word. I'm going to do a segment where it's like.
Sorry. Go. I was going on to the next thing, but go ahead. I don't know what you were going to say.
Oh, sorry. I can't see you. And the lag, it's lagging. I'll go back to the one that's not lagging because it's not like there's any people on my Instagram anyway.
You're supposed to be seeing me, though. That's the whole point. That's why I can never talk, because you need to see me.
Am I not doing better this time?
A little.
Okay, tell me truly.
What about? I don't even know. I can't see anything.
Is this still clear?
Yeah, I think so. Not any different.
Really?
Jeez. Hold on, Dragon's trying to knock my whole setup down.
I just believed this myth that the back camera was better.
I'm using my front camera. Or maybe you just don't need an iPhone. Maybe you
Now
should
we're
switch to a Samsung. See? Okay, can you
Mine's
see
a Samsung, but I'm trying to get a Google Pro. Anyway, what I was going to say was one of the segments that I've been brainstorming segments nonstop, and it's getting out of control. But at least I'm doing a good job of picking the ones that are good. Like some of the ideas I have, I reread it and I'm like, this is stupid. Like I was going to do one.
To do our thing.
I know.
You just keep going and doing them all by
It took
yourself.
us 2 weeks to even get around to this. I feel like that is going to be something. because we're going to use characters from the entire universe. So it's not
Mm.
something that's like as important for it to be timely, like it's going to be timeless. And I thought of the best FMK 3.0 that I'm going to, like, I'm not going to tell you what it is now, but I'm like, it's basically 3 that you wouldn't want to have to do any of them with. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, I love that.
But I'm going to do this like TMZ celebrity news thing where it's like update on what's going on in King's Landing. Rhaenyra took over the throne and it was messy, and like do that whole thing.
Oh, cute.
We can include Ulf.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Darren. Oh, we have your son. You skipped this too, girl. What is wrong with you?
My notes are out of order. Stop being mean to me.
Sorry. We have your son. Huh?
Look at your mother. Why don't you look at your mother? Your mother is here. Look at her.
And Allison's
I'm
like,
surprised that Allison didn't try to go along with it. Like, she's smart.
Me too.
You would think that she was like, my son, I've missed you. Oh,
Yay.
my baby.
Now
You're
gonna
going to go to the wall, but you're going to be okay. Like,
nope. She was like, I never seen this kid in my life.
Which is, and there was a line from Darren in the previous episode. I can't remember exactly what it was, but the gist of it was that he was saying, like, Allison's betrayed you, to be sure, but she's never been a conspirator. She just straight up betrays in the open.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his comment. I can't, the way he worded it was very beautiful, but it's like, she's never been a conspirator. She's more of just like an open person. So again, she doesn't have it in her to lie and say, oh yeah, like she doesn't think that fast. She's not going to be crafty like that. There's nothing that she's done that's been crafty or pulling a fast one on anybody.
Right.
Yes, she's taking her own interests into all of the actions that she takes, but it's never, oh, we're going to pull a fast one on these guys. So again, and that's honestly, it's a bit of a testament to her character, like the character of her character.
Yeah.
But the faces in that scene, I mean, I think that's the meme that's been going around the most. Just like putting those faces over different things and using those faces, like who farted?
Yeah. My favorite was Rhaenyra, and the memes of this. I get it 2 weeks later. The memes of this, of her like grabbing his hair and like checking the roots to like what?
That was definitely the top 5. Like
things of like, didn't I think of this with my bastard sons?
Like Ormond with like the kid in the stylist chair, like doing his bleaches. The best one, you've probably seen it. It's Ormond bleaching this kid's hair, and then in the other chair, it's Egg with his brother, who's the dreamer. Because he's the one that shaved Egg's head.
I did not see that. Send me.
It's cute. It's cute. It's really cute.
I saw a really good. I'll send you. I saw a really good interview with the guy who plays Ormond, who's actually very attractive. Go figure, because he's not on the show.
I mean, I could tell that from the first clip of him.
And he's like talking about this scene, and it's so good. I'll have to send it to you. And he's like talking about like she's checking the route and everything. It was good. Well done.
I feel like everybody was like, "Oh, he's the best.
Like,
he's the best stylist in the Seven Kingdoms because the roots are not showing." But I feel like they were showing a little bit. Like it was purposeful.
No, it was so clean.
I saw a little bit.
Excuse me. Hold on, my dragon is misbehaving. What do you mean? Oh, a coaster. How nice. Thanks. Anyway, dragons. What are you gonna do? And then the kid was so sad because he was like, they threatened my mother. They threatened to kill my mother. He's like freaking out. And I'm like, my note was, Ormond is a dick for putting this little kid, young boy through all this. Like, what a dick. I threatened my mother.
You know what? I was trying to think of what other scene that this made me think of, and I couldn't tell if it was in this universe or another, and it just came to me. The Witcher. When he comes for his surprise whatever, and it was the girl, and they send him with a different girl, or tried to anyway.
Yeah.
And the mom was like, be brave, I love you to the kid, and the kid like had to go along with it. Or Padme, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Serena, dragon, stop.
I think Taylor Swift uses a body double too to kind of throw the paparazzi off the scent. Are you a Taylor? I am not a TS fan. Ew. Okay. I knew I liked you. All right, moving on.
Anyway, moving on. We're gonna get all the Swifties coming in our comments being fucking
Good. I want the engagement.
moving on. No, they're fucking mean. Moving on. Okay, so then this is when the dragon keeper finally comes in. And he's like, everyone at Tumbleton, I took over Tumbleton, they let me go, the dragons, Don't forget, Ulf's wife, this was my notes, but we all now know because it was last episode, Ulf's wife is in Tumbleton.
So that's the notes that I have. I knew I heard Tumbleton before. Where did I hear Tumbleton? And it was when he was on the steps or another point. I think it was on the steps. And it was sometime that he's like, my wife's gone to Tumbleton. And I'm like, I know what is the significance of this town? It is racking my brain. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Which is quite unfortunate. If she had just waited literally a day, because she was still in King's Landing when he flew over, right? When they came in, and then she disappeared. That's when she left.
I think so. I don't remember when they sent her away.
No, she didn't get sent away. She decided to go away, and literally, I don't know if he sent her a raven to let her know that he. I don't think that they have like that capability when they're poor. Like he might have been able to, but who would he have sent it to get to her? But when they're taking King's Landing, there's a moment where he flies over and she looks at him and she's got her bags packed and she's leaving.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then they burn all the Hightower garb. Garb is the word I use specifically in my notes. All Hightower garb is burning. Love that shot in Rhaenyra's face.
Yeah. Oh, the fire. Yeah. The other meme I saw for that was like, first thing Rhaenyra does is get rid of Alicent's Temu King's Landing decoration.
Yeah. Girl. It's my dragon's wings flopping here. It's her ears. Okay, so that's the end of episode 3. I'm giving you a breaking point to cut.
Yeah. I'm thinking about seeing if I can go grab some wine real quick downstairs.
Oh, now you want some wine. Okay. Oh Jesus, that was still an hour and a half.
Like, should we like stop and start again or just
I don't know if anyone's gonna jump back in.
Why don't you entertain people while I disappear for 4 minutes?
If you're gonna go disappear for 4 minutes, I'm gonna go walk the dragon because
that's what I thought.
She's getting antsy.
Well, if we stop and then go live again, then
people watching on Instagram.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we stop and go live again,
get wine and walk the dog, dragon.
If we stop and then go live again, people will get re-notified.
Yeah, but then we have to I have to send you a whole new link. You have to do a whole new thing. All
right, I might not even find any wine, but we'll be back.
We're gonna go walk the dragons.
Bathroom break.
Wine. The 2 people that are here, please hang tight. You know what you should have put we need words. Is there a way to put words in this for people?
Yeah, actually I did. Hold on, let me see if I can.
We'll be right back. Or for people that don't know, because I feel like when people jump in the middle of us talking, what the frig are they doing? There should be a small something maybe in the middle of us being putting the title of what this is. A Tale of 2 Queens. It's not what this is called, but you know what I mean. Oh, there you go. Okay. I guess that works.
I don't know how to write BRB.
People are going to jump in and be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, there needs to be a something.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, well, whatever. I gotta go walk the dragons like this, as Allison outside. My neighbor's gonna think I'm nuts.
5 minutes. I'll see you back.
Okay. I know I have a Mario song in my head, but that's what I'm using. Come here. Don't run away from me. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna pass it on out. Yeah. Come here. Huey. Let's go. No. Go ahead, you go. Come here. Out. Come on. Come. Okay. You come here. Go. Mhm. Mhm. Right. Oh shit, how do we take it off? Well, that was an adventure. My dog is still afraid of fireworks. She thinks there's fireworks still happening outside when I walk her, so that's super fun because I have to drag her across the rocks. There was a neighbor walking their dog, so I walked out like they're here and I'm here. They're going up the stairs and I come out and they have a dog and I'm just in this costume looking like a crazy person. And they're like, okay. And then I'm dragging my dog across the rocks because she's afraid of fireworks. And there haven't been fireworks in 2 weeks. So I'm dragging her, and some other neighbor comes walking across who has actually seen me dragging her out of the apartment before because of the fireworks. He's watching me drag my dog in this crazy costume and he's just looking at me laughing. And I'm like, I know, this is what we're doing. Dragging my dog in a costume. Here we are. Sorry.
Dude.
Huh?
Okay, I figured it out. Oh, I would have been
Never a dull
pissed if I
moment.
got stuck in that again.
So now my neighbors all saw me and I have to drag Serena outside because she's afraid of fireworks. Good times. Did you find wine?
No, all there is beer, and I thought maybe no because I don't want to ruin my diet, but fuck it. I already opened it.
I love my forced diet. I don't even have a choice. I don't have any options. It's just like, well, here we are.
Forced because you don't have food in your fridge, or
forced because I'm on the shot and I don't like food anymore. Remember?
You know what? The issue for me was not appetite, but just that I couldn't eat portions. Actually, what I found was that when I got hungry really fast, and the hangry came in, and it was like I could not go. Like once I was hungry, I had to eat like immediately, but I still got hungry throughout the day, and that's the whole point of the medicine, that it's supposed to not ruin your appetite, but it makes you feel fuller faster. So you really don't have
Oh,
an appetite for your favorite food?
I don't even feel full. It's just like I just don't think about it. Like I don't. I'm always like, I'll be finished. It'll be like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, what's for lunch? And then I'll have lunch. I'm like, what am I doing for dinner? Like that. It's always like a thought,
It's not
and
supposed to
it's
be
not.
like
It's
a
not. I just
stimulant.
don't. I texted my sister on Saturday because I was telling her that I was doing it, and I was like, oh, and also, I'm like, it is 6:30 at night, and I haven't eaten because I haven't thought about it, and I just don't care. I don't want it. It's crazy. And then so
Yeah,
I
that's
tomorrow
not good
morning
because
I'll
it's not. You're not supposed to be like depriving yourself of food. It's just supposed to stop you from getting full and burn things at the same time.
oh yeah. I'm
Not
eating
your
like
not your
one
experience.
or two meals a day. But
Mhm.
tomorrow's my shot day. I do my shot tomorrow's Thursday. I do my shot on Thursday. So usually by like Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm like ravenous because I haven't eaten really a
Okay.
lot. But today's Wednesday. Even in today, I'm still today for whatever reason wasn't like hungry. So which is weird because I've been on this dose for a couple weeks now. Like you'd think as you are on a dose for a while, that
You'd be
hunger
more
kind of
used
comes
to it,
back.
yeah.
But even drinking, like I've had two. We've been on this for an hour and 40 minutes, and I'm only finishing my second glass now.
Wow. You know, when I had a friend who
Weird.
said it was really supposed to help not just with food, but like other kind of things. Like
Hmm.
they said it would help me with addiction. Like, not that
Don't
I've
want
ever
it.
had one.
Right. I just don't want it. Even it's funny because I take my shot on Thursday. I was doing it a Thursday night, and I'd go to Piranha for like the local drag queen competition, and I would have like two glasses of wine. I remember 2 weeks ago I had a glass of wine, I got another one, and then the third one I got not even halfway through it, and I was just like, I like shot like kicked in because I was like, I'm good. Left it at the bar and went home. Like didn't even finish it.
That's honestly not a bad thing.
Ooh, I know, but like who am I? It's weird. Went to brunch the other day. This was the craziest thing. Went to brunch the other day on Sunday to play Pokemon with my friend on Fremont. And we went to Nacho Daddy, and the waitress came over and was like, oh, I was like, can I have a mimosa? She's like, do you want bottomless? And I was like, how much is one? And she was like, $9.99. And I'm like, okay, how much is unlimited? And she was like, 30. And I was like, I'm not gonna have more than two. It's not gonna be worth it. I
That's
never turn
great
down
though.
bottomless mimosas. It's psycho. It's so crazy.
So you're gonna be jealous. There's another Lord of the Rings drag event,
Oh,
and
cool.
it's in New York City.
Oh, cool. Definitely go.
Oh, I am. I
I'm not
got
jealous. I think it's cool, and I'm excited for you to be doing that.
I got stage seats, and
Mhm.
my friggin' I got scheduled to work, and I was like, hell no. Hell no. I'm not working. I don't care if I have to lose my job. I just spent $45 on tickets for this, and I want to be there. So
Yeah. I'm upset because the One Ring.net was looking for volunteers for San Diego. And I applied because I have that Arwen costume and I'd probably fit in it now again because I've lost that much weight. And I applied and I never heard back from them because I need a Saturday ticket. I don't have a Saturday ticket because they're so hard to get. And I was like, look, I'll come do your booth for a Saturday ticket. Never heard back. Such a bummer.
yeah, I sent an application into Sexy Nerds because they were looking for people to host parties,
I
and
saw
I'm
that.
like I don't have an influencer following, but
Goodbye.
I'm gonna be a great host.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no dice. All right, let's get into
I'm
it.
excited for San Diego. Did you see my lineup? I'm going to bring this because we're mid-season. Like I have to bring this at least, right? But I'm going to do Dark Phoenix, which I've been talking about doing forever. I actually got the costume today because it was like I bought like a stupid cheap one off Amazon.
What's Dark Phoenix?
The X-Men character when like Jean Grey goes bad. But it's like a jumpsuit, but it's like made so it looks like you have muscles. But then like it's like feety pajamas, like there's feet. And I'm like, what? How am I supposed to wear shoes if like I can't wear these out? Like I have to put shoes on
They're
over
like their
this.
feeties like socks, no?
Yeah, but I can't walk around Comic-Con on the concrete in like feety
No, but
pajamas,
I'm
you
saying
know?
you can put shoes over them, like as if they were socks. No,
Yeah, I need to find yellow shoes in a week. I mean, I can find them on Amazon. It'll be fine.
I don't think that's
But
okay.
I'm doing that. I'm doing this. I'm doing Boa Hancock from One Piece, which I'm really excited about, and Rhea Ripley from wrestling, which I'm also very excited about.
I think that's one of your top ones right now. It's very exciting.
It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. I have a lot of pieces. I'm just
So
hoping, and like I tried to do the makeup, like I tried contouring like my nose because she has a very long, thin nose. I gotta work. It's more dark eyeliner than I did, and I bought like a fake nose ring for my middle.
What? I thought you were gonna say fake nose. I was like, wait, what?
No, I'm contouring my nose, but then I bought like a fake nose ring for my septum.
Is Rhea had that? Oh wait,
Yeah, she has 1, 2, and 3.
Rhea Ripley, not the one, not Sherry.
No, I'm doing Rhea Ripley. I'm doing a current wrestler. She's like current
Okay.
right now. I'll send you a picture. She's a hottie.
No, I know who she is. Now that
Mhm.
once you said the nose ring, I was like, what? That's like
Padded,
not.
like she's got stomach tattoos, and I bought like 1.5 million temporary tattoos, 2
Black
scorpions,
hair.
and like 2 on her legs. Yeah, I'm hoping it works.
So I'm just checking out my stats for my latest post on TikTok. 5K views,
Nice.
and I got like 23 comments.
Yay, that's exciting.
I think so.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, episode 4. I only have 3 and like this much. My last comment. Ready? Here's a teaser. Oh no, I can't even talk about what I wrote because it's like book spoiler related, like spoiler related. But my last comment is so dumb. That's it. Okay.
Oh, how you felt about something? Okay.
So dumb.
Okay, I found my notes as if they're anime. Hello and welcome to Fire and Wine, a chat between two cosplay queens.
Cheers, little doves.
Today we're going to be talking about House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 4. Yay! You know, it's not as exciting. 3 and 4 were not as exciting as Episodes 1 and 2. But I think, first of all, we're spoiled to think that there's going to be like excitement and like battles and sex in every single episode. But also, you need these. It's not filler episodes. It's the rising action. Like all of the pieces are getting set into place.
Setup. I think we said that before.
Yeah, but that was before we started the last one. And I said when I said it, I'm going to repeat this later. But do you want to comment, since that wasn't part of the official conversation before? So if you wanted to say something, I could cut this part out and you could have something to respond.
It's set up. It's all set up. The next 2 episodes are going to be huge. I think 5 and 6 are going to be big. I think 7's going to be recovery from 5 and 6, and then I don't know what the hell's going to happen in 8.
See, my kind of idea about the recipe was always that 7's the big one, or the second to last is the big one, and the last is the come down. So that's interesting.
Well, only because I know what should be happening in 6.
Or maybe they'll have another filler episode and slow us down again until
6 should be Butcher's Ball. So
I don't know where that is. I don't know what it is. So I'm excited.
They better not fuck it up.
I will say we didn't see any of Roddy the Ruin in the last episode, and we know he's going to be a big character just because of how much he was built up in the first one. So I know you know the answer to this, but I have a feeling that that's going to have something to do with the Kristen Cole's host and the Riverman and the Starks coming together. Makes sense. So Tumbleton's just going to have to wait a little longer.
Yeah.
So where did we start?
People say that they saw they had screeners watch episode 5. And I heard it's ridiculous. I heard it's like so good. People are like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it happened. So I'm like, I'm interested to see because I'm not sure.
So we think it's going to be exciting. It's not going to be another filler episode.
Yeah. I hate to call it filler episode. Did you watch the preview for this week? Because it looks like it's going to be really good.
So I thought that the preview came out was a preview showing It is like
Yeah.
the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah, but I
maybe
think
an
a lot of
official
it.
season 4 trailer came out since.
No, I'm talking about just like what's coming. We're getting
Yeah.
exciting stuff. Yeah.
As you can see today, I am not a queen, but instead a boss bitch. I am dressed as Lady Tumbleton, which is a cosplay I threw together because I was just so inspired by this inspirational, steadfast. She's really she's a machine. She's a boss. She's the it girl of the moment, and so that's why we are representing the Footley family of Tumbleton. More to come on that. So where do we start? What's the first theme?
So, well, my very first note, because I watched the recap, was like, based on the recap, this should be a good episode because they pulled from like a lot of things. And I was like, oh, this should be good, what we're pulling from.
Because as we all know, whatever's in the recap is going to be an indicator of what is going to be included in the episode.
Right.
Like, even if it's important, if we're not addressing it in this episode, we're not going to hear about it in the recap.
Right. So we started Tumbleton, and one of the first things we see is, the Hightower people coming in and Hughes' wife, which is a big deal for the whole episode, really, right? And you can tell she's very uncertain. She looks a little nervous.
Honestly, that's not unrealistic to the way that occupation took place in the real world. I mean, like during the Revolutionary War, people, the certainly the commanders and captains took over like noble people's homes, but everybody else was still put in just any home.
Well, you do know that we have a Fourth Amendment for this, or Fourth Amendment?
So post-Revolutionary War.
I didn't know. My sister told me, she's like, thank God for the Fourth Amendment.
Tell me.
It has to do, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember the exact wording of it, but it has to do with occupation and the military taking over your home in times of peace. Like, they can't do it. They're not allowed to do it.
In times of peace or in times of war?
I thought it said times of peace.
See, I would think it's like, you're not allowed to do this in war anymore. You can't just come into somebody's home, take all their food.
Right. Well, I wish I realized I was going to bring this up because I would have had it ready, but I didn't plan on talking about it.
Certainly, I hope that they wouldn't do it in times of peace. So I think that what we're talking about, because that was one of the biggest issues during, like, I just remember because of TV shows that I've watched about the Revolutionary War, it was something that pissed people off when the captains and whatnot were like, oh, my men are going to sleep out there, but the stables are good for my men, but let me in your house and feed me.
It's search and seizure. Constitution. Hold on. We're gonna edit this up. Claiming. Hold on. But it literally has to do with what happened in Tumbleton.
Okay, let's move on.
Hold on. No, I'm gonna find it. And we're gonna edit it so I look smart.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, I guess you remember. Realistically, none of this is gonna be our podcast
Damn
episodes.
it, I was so close. It's the Fifth Amendment. Fuck.
Oh yeah. Do you want to start over?
Yeah. So this is very funny. No, hold on, start over. I'm not gonna say it's because it's not fucking funny.
Well, okay, so I was saying this actually happens like in reality, in our world, like in the Revolutionary War, whether you were on whatever side you were or not, the English invaders, well, they weren't invaders, but they would occupy people's houses and be like, oh, we're staying here, so you better go feed us.
Still not the right one. God damn it. I wish I could just pull up my conversation with my sister. It doesn't matter. Regardless, there is something in our Constitution saying that the government can't just come and like occupy our house.
Word up. I wish I knew more about the Constitution. I should know my amendments. I know not everybody who's even in politics knows their amendments, so I don't feel so bad.
Raul, can you help us on this one?
I can look it up. God damn.
Edit that out. I love you guys. Thanks for being here and being a part of this. While you look that
I
up, I'm
wonder
gonna
that since
actually
it's an amendment, I wonder if it was as a result of the Civil War. The Third
maybe.
Amendment, U.S. Constitution, prohibits the government from forcing citizens to house, quarter, quarter,
Mhm,
uh,
mhm.
refuse, prohibits the government from forcing citizens to house or quarter soldiers in their private homes during peacetime without the owner's consent. In
What I just
times of
said.
So in times of war, this housing can only occur
Mm.
if strictly prescribed by the law. Doesn't mean shit.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's literally what I said, but I was
Well, I was the one that
amendment
questioned it.
and
I
2 off.
apologize.
It's fine. But I was the wrong amendment. I said 4, it was 3. I'm gonna plug in my laptop. Hold on.
Okay.
I think my sister said 4. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna confirm that.
So I'm gonna go on a rant for a second about Lord Ormond. This will be a good. I was gonna do a private rant, a solo rant about this, but I think this would be a good rant to share.
Okay.
Where are my notes?
Hold on. I'm plugging in my laptop. It's gonna die. Okay. I'm also practicing for my Netflix sit down because I keep getting up. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that those are all like kind of wide shots. Like not this is tight. Those are more wide.
Oh, I'm gonna move back and I'm gonna move it out.
Yeah.
Thank you,
honestly, I
eminent
think it kinda
domain
works
and
with the
third amendment.
banner.
Thank you guys for figuring that out for us.
Go on. You're in charge. Now that I can see you.
I'm skipping all of. No, you said you had a rant. I want to hear it.
When we get to that part.
Oh,
it'll come up. It has
am I
to do
moving
with
on?
what Lord Ormond said about the Targaryens and tainted blood. So I think we'll get there when we get to the conversation.
Oh, like at the end. Is that the
Well,
end?
I think when it comes up in the conversation, I can go on my rant.
Okay. I'm saying I think it's the end of the episode when he says that.
Yeah.
Where the hell am I? Hold on, I'm on the wrong episode. What the hell did I even write?
Christine cheated on her diet just to be here, so.
Oh, I know what I wrote. I wrote, Darren is confirmed the redhead. I understand. Like, what does that even mean? So Darren is the redhead all along. We've confirmed this. We confirmed it in the last episode, but I still made the notes that he was the redhead that we saw for a split second in episode 1.
Well, in our recap of episode 2, you were like, I'm pretty sure that blonde kid in the trailer is just a fake out. And I was like, no, it's going to be a double fake out. They faked us out, but you were right.
Yeah.
Did that happen in the books?
No. Sorry. That was so
I think it's a cute. We really like it. We really like it.
Didn't
what happens to Darren in the books right at this
doesn't
time?
Matter. It doesn't even matter because it's probably not going to be the same.
Definitely not going to be the same.
Because this isn't a thing. It's not even a thing. So we've confirmed the redhead, which I've heard a few conspiracies that maybe his hair was dyed red, giving homage, if you will, to young Griff in the Game of Thrones books. If you're not familiar with young Griff, are you familiar with young Griff? So in the book, at a point that's in the last book, in the 5th book, they don't even touch on this in the show because, of course, they don't. Why would they? Tyrion, in his travels to get to Daenerys, comes across Griff and young Griff. Young Griff is supposedly the Mad King's grandson.
I do,
and they dyed his hair blue so that they don't know.
This.
Yeah, so that they don't know that he's a Targaryen. So there's a lot of theories that like young Griff and like Cersei's character are combined in the show, and like they really cut him out.
There's a big guy too.
Griff is his dad, and then young Griff is the supposed Targaryen. But then there's also rumors that he's fake, and they call him Fagon because he's not really Aegon, who he's supposed to be another Aegon. It's a whole thing. So one of the rumors is, or one of the theories is that Darren's hair is dyed, giving homage to young Griff, because his hair was dyed to hide him.
See, if anything, I would think that his hair would be dyed because Ormond is so anti-Targaryen that he doesn't want to even look at that blonde hair.
Right, but that too. But like the showrunners are making it like an homage to young Griff. You know what I'm saying?
I think that they just
But-
wanted to kind of make it look more like Alicent because he's the one that's raised there. But where you're raised is not going to have any effect on what color your hair is. And I'm pretty sure, just based on how it's gone, I think that the blonde is like the dominant trait. Like
Right.
Jon Snow doesn't have it. Honestly, that's a good example. Jon Snow's father is, I'm pretty sure, 100%. Is he 100%? He's half Targaryen because his wife was Dornish, right? So his wife was Dornish, and then the person he had the baby with had brown hair. So, oh well, his wife wouldn't have anything to do with it because he didn't have sex with her to have Jon. The person, I guess, the old blood is as strong as the Targaryen blood because that's how he came out with black hair. But
this came up too with Rhaenys, like the fact that Rhaenys has white hair, but Rhaenys is half Baratheon, which also doesn't make sense because in the whole reason that Ned Stark realized that Joffrey wasn't a Baratheon, right, was because Baratheon had a strong seed, and all of the Baratheons were black of hair. So the fact that Rhaenys has white hair in the show, because it's not white in the book, also kind of doesn't make sense because her mother is a Baratheon.
Wait, so that's in the books, does she have dark hair?
That up.
In the books, she has dark hair.
She does.
Yeah, you're so right. She was half Baratheon. She looks like a straight up.
I'm like, see, I do know something. Excuse me.
And then, if the Valerians weren't people of color in the books, then it'd be a little bit easier to get away with the kids having brown hair.
Right, and it was never confirmed in the books that they were bastards. It was like
so that was only
like, oh, it was a rumor. It was never confirmed in the books that they were bastards. It was just kind of like,
But people still called them bastards enough that Massaria decided to suggest to have the redheads. Honestly, red hair is a dominant trait too. That's why, like, my parents both have brown hair, but my brothers all have red hair. It's like, it may not always pop up, but it does pop up every couple of generations. Anyway, let's move on.
Sorry. We're sidetracked. In the book, Rhaenys has black hair in the book. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Raoul. Because she's a Baratheon, and Baratheon has black of hair. Thank you for confirming, Raoul.
So, one of the notes I have from this scene, and it's towards the end of the scene, where they get a raven from Storm's End. Lord Boris sends more excuses. And I've been wondering this because the whole reason that Lucerius died at the end of season 1 is because Boros said Aemond is going to marry one of my daughters. And he is still single. And apparently that marriage pact is still in place, but he sealed a marriage pact, but he hasn't done anything. Like, the whole reason that we offered you Aemond is so that you would support us, and supporting us not just in name, but in soldiers. And he's sending excuses.
Right.
Similar to Lady Aaron.
We're in the middle of a war. Like, getting married is not really my priority.
But I'm saying he still hasn't sent any soldiers.
Right.
So he is supporting the Green Team only in name. Same as Lady Aaron. And Lady Aaron, I don't even think she publicly declared as much as Baratheon did.
Right. Yeah.
But that's how we know that they are not entering the fight anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. My next there must have been a conversation with Orwell, because my next scene is just Orwell was put in the dungeon. I don't remember what they were talking about, but that was my only note.
Well, I think the conversation, this is when he had the conversation with Rhaenyra, and she's like, so I went to visit the Septon, and he's like refusing to anoint me. And Orwell's does it matter? I love that moment where he's like, so were you talking about just replacing the Septon with a new Septon or something? Or no, he goes, were you just going to remove the Septon, or were you thinking something a little more permanent? She's like, damn, I didn't know you were so bloodthirsty, Orwell. I thought that was a cute scene. He's a mind. Like, he's got a mind, not necessarily that he's got a mind for war, but he's seeing all the pieces. And that's honestly what a maester does. He knows
Right.
all of the ins and outs, at least from the official letters. He knows his houses, he knows the histories, and he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he can see things from a perspective that other people can't see.
Yeah.
And he makes a good point. You've got the dragons, you don't have the gold, but you have the dragons, you have the seat, and you have the love of the support of the small folk.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
Yeah. We're gonna make it work.
The next thing I have written down. Go ahead. What do you have written down about this scene?
It's the scene with Allison. Again, another scene with Allison is next in my notes. Is there something before that?
No, because I don't know what the order is. Do you tell me about your scene?
It was basically Allison and Rhaenyra talking about why she gave up Darren and why she let him ward in Old Town, and just how she.
So Rhaenyra came to her in the Godswood to ask, "What do you know about this guy Ormond? What, like, give me some intel that will help me."
Right, and she basically was just saying that she really wanted her youngest son to be a high tower, So she sends him to Old Town, and she talks about like if he stayed here, like he'd wind up like my other two sons, which clearly she's not super excited about her other two
I
sons.
love that line. She said it was perhaps my greatest act of motherhood.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Yeah,
and honestly, the fact that the baby came out with red hair instead of blonde hair might have been part of why she was inspired to send him away.
Right.
Because I think
and again,
she had to have a bit of a fight with Viserys to do it.
Yeah. As much as I don't love the storyline, like like I said, I enjoy their conversations, and I enjoyed this moment a lot. Like I really liked this conversation.
And I remember in the last season, at one point before, it was when Gawain was heading out with Kristen Cole for the second time, or maybe the first time, and she goes like, "Have you heard from Father?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "Well, tell me about Darren." And she's like, "I wish he'd write more." So, I mean, definitely Ormond has been this guy's father figure.
Yeah, I know, and I know that Darren has come up in previous seasons, and I wish that we kind of saw a little more of this like relationship with Darren and Ormond prior, because like they've talked about him, but like it took them so long to like bring him into.
I don't think they ever mentioned Ormond before this.
Not Ormond, but they've mentioned Darren 100%.
I feel like it was only that one time. Like I don't remember him being. It was they mentioned him to say that his dragon hasn't taken flight yet, and then she mentions him when she talks to Gawain. But I don't think he's ever been spoken about as some sort of like player on the chessboard, just like Joffrey hadn't up until now.
Right? No, it's just interesting that they're. I mean,
honestly, there were enough babies and kids to go around already. I didn't need another kid to keep track of.
Right.
And neither did Allison, apparently.
Yeah.
I have the note here: is Sunfire alive and hibernating, or is he dead? So we might be jumping around a little bit, but this is clearly
because first, I think Allison. So when Rhaenyra asks her about Ormond, she's like, he has an aversion to smells. I think this is the stupidest. Well, I say that about a lot of storylines. This is the stupidest detail I've ever heard in my life. Like, how are they
not in the books?
Not that I remember. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm just curious how they're gonna like. Are they gonna kill him with smells? Like, what the fuck is the point of like, oh,
yeah, if it's not something in the books, like I totally thought that was like lining us up for her to like be like, okay, shit on the town and he'll get distracted or something.
I'm saying like it's so dumb. It's such a dumb ass storyline. I don't understand what they're like.
Like it's one thing for it to be like a quirky character trait.
Yeah, but
like Laris liking feet.
Also,
but the way that they brought it up a second time made it kind of seem like, is this like going to become of significance? And since I watched the bathtub scene many many times. I did notice that when Lord Footley steps a little closer to him to try to talk to him, he literally goes. And then in the other scene, he's literally making perfume and smelling salts for himself. But that's moving. That's going forward a little bit.
It's just like a weird. It's just like a weird fucking storyline. I don't know.
I feel like they're putting so much. They've now had him react to somebody smelling bad twice. It's been mentioned that has an aversion to smells, and we watched him creating his own personal smelling salts. So it's definitely going to come up. Like it's going to be like Roddy the Ruin's going to fart in his face, and that's how he's going to distract him. Like in Gladiator when they throw sand at him. Like that's what's gonna.
I cannot. If
like,
that happens, I'm not watching the last season. It'll be like
curious.
The Witcher, and I will quit.
Now I'm curious. I mean, I know they've said many times that no one has had battle experience before this war in their lifetime. So that means all Ormond has done is march so far. He hasn't had any battles. And just like how Dickon said, I didn't know it was going to smell like that. That's because he's never been in battle before. And I'm like, how can Ormond be? I mean, he's certainly not a celebrated commander, but like, how does he have any chance at being good in battle if he can't handle smells?
Yeah.
Blood, shit, rotting bodies.
Yeah.
Peasants who smell terrible. Guys
Maybe that's what they'll go with it. You're not going to be good at this because you are a baby.
They didn't teach you that in fancy lad school.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. My next note is just Corlys is leaving. Okay. Cool, I guess.
I think it's giving him another little storyline plot. Was Alan, did he put Alan in his place in the hand, or is that not from the books?
No.
Okay. You know what? They're doing their own thing with it, and that's okay.
But that's the thing. Like you're doing, and it is okay. But you're doing your own thing and like expanding these storylines when you could have put storylines in that you've cut out instead, or put in battles that you've cut out instead of making these like stupid side quest storylines that aren't.
What you have to remember is that the whole shtick with HBO was like they loved how like in the first couple seasons. The thing that people reacted to the most was the unexpected moments. Ned Stark dying, the Red Wedding, and these were all things that nobody who didn't read the books knew was coming. What did you say?
But they were in the books. You know what I mean?
Like
people
who didn't read the books didn't know they were coming, and so then in the later seasons, the product model was, oh, we got to change things from the way they are in the books so that we can keep people guessing. Now that people are reading the books and now that all the people are like putting spoilers out there from the books, we need to twist it so that they don't know what's going to happen next.
But that's not what the book readers want. They want to see the book that we read.
Unfortunately, Jacqueline, it's not for the book readers. The series is not for the book readers. The book readers are built in.
But the non-book readers don't know what's coming regardless. So why are you changing things for people that don't even know the story?
Because they want to make it more glitz and glam.
They keep it true to the books or not.
All right, I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's all. That's my point. You're saying you want everyone to be surprised, but not all of us want to be surprised. And the non-book readers are going to be surprised regardless. So why are you changing everything? That's all. That's my point.
Well, you book readers are doing a great job in my comments of trying to get me to read your spoilers. And thankfully,
I will, and I'm not like that. I keep my mouth shut.
Every time I say something, they're like, oh, well, if you were a real fan, you would have read the books. Or like, oh, any idiot who read the books knows this. I'm like,
but I don't say that. I'm not that book reader. I'm not a jerk book reader.
And thankfully, and this is a thing in life too, unless it like directly affects me when you tell me gossip. Like, for example, that person who you said was upset that I didn't remember their name because I met them once. Shit goes in one ear and out the other. And I have this amazing capability with spoilers, unless it's something big, like so-and-so, this main character kills this main character. Or it became very clear who it is that ends up winning in the end. Or Egg, turns out he's Aegon, like those big things I'm hearing. But all the little things, I'm like, don't know. And I'm actually pretty good about
But I'm not a
selected
jerk, and I
member.
don't tell you should have read the book. I'm just saying, as someone who did read the book, we can both be happy. You could be surprised, and I could be happy with keeping the book.
Yeah.
And then everyone's happy. I don't want to be surprised. That's why I read the book. That's
They
all.
also want to put their own stamp on it.
But it's not their story. George wrote a completely good, finished story. You aren't going to write a better story than the creator of said story. You can edit all this out. We're having a conversation. It's
I
just
know.
that's
Well,
what
for
pisses
me,
me
it's
off.
like
You're not
when
going to
they
do
made
better than the writer
they
of the
made the
book.
movie of Les Mis with Hugh Jackman and the girl from Devil Wears Prada. They added a song for the character that I like the most, but they cast the actress I dislike the most for Cosette, and I was livid about this. So I think that that's how I can kind of try to commiserate with you, because they didn't change a lot in Les Mis, but they added like one or two songs, and I thought they were terrible.
Yeah, I love Les Mis.
The movie or the musical?
The musical. I read it in French.
That's what I'm saying.
Really have good comprehension, and then when I went to see the play, and
they
everyone
changed from the movie
died,
to
I
the
cried.
musical pissed me off.
Yeah, I believe it.
It wasn't that
I agree
much
with you.
either.
Yeah, I remember that song. It was not good. Okay, moving on. We're also always very distracted. Edit. Next. Okay, now we're at Rook's Rest, and we find Sunfire.
So here's the deal. Like I said about in the last episode, they said Sunfire is dead, so he's no longer a threat. And I was unsure because of things I'd seen online about him possibly that he was still alive in the books. So I was unsure because they actually said in the last episode, Sunfire is dead.
Right.
Then we get here, and not only does he say he's alive, but, and this is something I just saw somebody make a comment on today. What's the name of Bernice's dragon?
Rhaenys.
Meleys.
Rhaenys' dragon is
body
Meleys.
Meleys' body is there headless, and it's rotting. Yeah. And then we go to Sunfire, and his body is intact. It's not rotting. It doesn't smell so bad that anybody makes any faces when they're near it. And then I saw somebody else say, lizards go into hibernation and they basically seem like they're dead until they come out of hibernation. Whether it's because they're injured or because it's wintertime, I'm not sure. But that is very interesting. Because he said, I swear to God, he's alive. And then he pulled one of his talons off, or not talons, but like little spikes, and he was carrying it with him. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I did like a POV as Sunfire, like, God damn it, I was sleeping. Who's bothering me? Damn. Why'd you gotta pull my little thing off? Ow. I don't know. Working on the idea.
No comment. No comment on Sunfire.
Yeah, Laris
so
is
sad.
very
Like
shrewd.
Aegon. First of all, I love the Aegon Laris dynamic. I love their little side quest. I've said it every time. It's the one thing that's not in the book, but there's nothing about him in the book. So like I like.
Okay, so if it's not in the books
are,
at all, if we don't know what's happening with the characters, then it's okay for them to make things up.
Yeah, because he's just like
they're not there, but they are together and they are away. So
you are not doing that right now.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna need a second. Wait, time out, pause. Doggy has decided, even though we were just out, that pooping on the floor is a good move. Serena, you're gross. Oh, shit. Motherfucker. Stand by. Technical difficulties with my dragon. The fun of going live is that you never know what's going to happen. tomorrow. Apologies. Problem is my dog is afraid of fireworks, so when she went outside and peed, she said she was done.
There's probably not any fireworks anymore, but they still have PTSD, right?
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. She won't go outside at night now. I had to drag her. She peed.
No,
she ran back in the
my
house.
roommate's dog, it was the same way. My roommate's dog refused to go outside at all, especially at night. Like, that's a good point.
So now she's pooping on the floor, but it's fine. We handled it. Anyway, what were we saying?
Sorry. And you tried to walk her too. We can't blame it on.
I had to drag her outside, and she peed, and then she came running back in the house. But now she just like squatted in front of my. But she knows at least to squat in front of the front door. Like, I know this is where I should go, but I'm just gonna. All right, Mike. We know it's 3:11 morning. We know. We understand you're going to see 311 on Long Island tomorrow. Thanks for rubbing it in. Your poster's ugly.
Wait, I thought it was PNC, or is that next week?
No, tomorrow's
Jones Beach is this
Jones
week.
Beach. Here's my gripe with the poster for Jones Beach for 311 Day. This is totally off topic, and we'll edit this out too. It's in Long Island, and they made the fucking poster graffiti over New York City. It's a Long Island show.
Just
Long
have
Island
a
always
show
gets like
in New York
backseats,
City.
like, oh,
Is
it's
it
still
that
New York.
expensive? Is it that expensive to book a place in New York City? I mean, people came from all over the freaking country to do the album shows in New York City. Why can't you just do the show in New York City? Then
No. I love the Long Island. I love because it's outside and it's Jones Beach, and I love the Long Island Jones Beach shows. But like, use Long Island, and it's a Max poster, and I love Max. But like, use the Long Island scenery. It's not a New York City show; it's a Long Island show.
I mean, but
Long
if you
Island
think
always
about
just,
it,
well, it's Long Island, it's New York. We're gonna make it New York, but it's not. Give us some fucking credit.
if New Yorkers
very
had to
upset
choose
about the
between
poster,
going to
but-
Jones Beach and PNC, Jones Beach is such a great venue, they would go to Jones Beach. So a lot of the fans are not going to be, like, at least half the fans that are there, at least half the fans are not going to be Long Island residents. They're going to be Manhattan residents.
But it's a Long Island show. We have the pencil, we have the beach. You have so much other stuff besides just always lumping us in with the city.
Has there ever been
I
a Jones
bitched about this
Beach?
to Mike Walls today too because I was so mad when I saw it, and I'm not even going
Has
to
there
the
ever
show,
been
but
a
I have a
Jones
lot of
Beach?
feelings.
Hi, Mike. Has there ever been a Jones Beach graphic tee?
PNC's next week.
Thank you, Mike. I want to go. If somebody can pick me up on the way, I will go. I will call out of work.
It's Jones Beach, PNC. No, it's Jones Beach, AC, and then PNC.
No, they're going somewhere else before that. Like, they're not just going from Jones Beach to Atlantic City. They're like going like up to somewhere else before that. Or maybe I'm confusing it with Little Stranger. Honestly, the concert I'm excited about right now is Little Stranger. And
I think Matt and Angie are at the Pennsylvania show, and they didn't call me tonight. Actually, I'm a little upset.
Who,
And they
what?
played Champagne. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with them. Sorry.
Also, side quest. I don't want to get too into it because I do want to go to bed. But 311 Cruise announced their lineup. 311 Cruise announced their lineup. Little Stranger's gonna be there. The Reese Brothers are gonna be there. P Funk North is gonna be there. I mean,
Rego Green. That's all I care about. Rego Green. Even though Red didn't jump in today.
I got
And
my
Ballyhoo.
gold.
Not Trop. I'm
Better
betting
than
that
that.
Trop is doing because Reggae Rise Up in Florida is that same week.
No shit.
Yep.
I'm surprised
So
that any of the other bands didn't choose that over this.
I
offense, but-
am sure that's why this announcement took so long, but I'm betting Trop is doing Reggae Rise Up, and that's why they're not. But like, we have
Oh,
Bump
Reggae
In.
Rise Up lineup isn't announced yet.
I don't think so.
I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love Trop, I feel like LS is doing better on the festival circuit as far as like, I think that they're like starting to be like listed above Trop. Like, I think Trop's even opening for them in some cases, which is wild.
Far
Like,
Side.
they're touring together in September, and I don't know which one is the headliner, or if they're doing the switching
They might
headliner.
be Dirty Heads and 311 are doing the swappy thing for this
Yeah,
tour.
but those are both very, very well established bands, and Tropodelic was bigger than Little Stranger was in 2019, and now I'm not sure who's bigger.
Yeah, it's interesting.
P
I'm just
Funk North
excited
is
that
the
we got
band
Bump In. I'm
that's from
excited we got
Jersey.
Ballyhoo back on the boat because I was excited. I was upset last boat that we did not have Ballyhoo. So the fact we have Ballyhoo back, I'm like really, really hyped for
I
it.
forgot. Yeah, that's gonna be great. And we're besties with those guys.
Are you coming yet, or you're not coming still?
Maybe if we do a fundraiser.
Okay. Fundraiser for Marquette to get on the cruise. Also, we need to find a room.
Honestly, I would do.
I'm out of wine.
I feel like I would be willing to do 4 people in one room just to get on it, but I don't think that you're saving that much money. It's like what, $400 less?
I don't even know.
Who are you rooming with?
Oof.
Bidet, right? You're so fucking jealous. Did you guys
Mikey
get a
Moose,
suite?
it is sold out, but that doesn't ever mean anything because people book
Oh,
the
no,
cruise
I've
and
got
then like have
options.
extra room for a room. Like people will book a room and not have a roommate or cabin mate, and then people drop out. People are
I've
pissed
got
off.
options.
Some people
Don't
are
get me wrong. I'm not going because I can't get a spot. I've got options.
No, some people are so. It is sold out though. But some people are so pissed off that drop isn't on the boat that people are like, okay, so just give up your spot and let someone else go
I
on the
know.
boat. People
You
are
saw
like,
my comment and I'm surprised. Sometimes I'll start doing a comment and I'll erase it because I don't, or like I won't post it because I don't need the hate in my comments and I don't need the shade.
Right.
But I actually got a ton of likes on this comment where I'm like, hey, maybe now I can check out the spa. Maybe I'll actually have time to go to the gym. Maybe I'll be able to go to one of the restaurants I've never gone to before.
We talked about, we're not going to discuss it openly right now, but we talked about one of those comments. Wild. Mike is not going on the boat either, but did you see 311 is
Mike,
playing
what the
here for
hell?
SEMA?
What the hell, Mike?
I'm not going either. I don't know. Have you been on it? Have I seen you on it? I don't remember. But they are playing here in November for SEMA. It's 311. You didn't see this announcement? The announcement was yesterday. Tickets went on sale today. It's 311 Offspring.
What is SEMA? Where is it?
Jimmy Eat World.
Is it in New York City?
No, it's in Vegas. It's here. Here.
Oh.
In November. Tickets went on sale today. I scooped that shit up. $110 for VIP.
That's nothing.
That's nuts. Yeah, I know.
Maybe I'll make a trip to Vegas. No, it's still expensive to get out there. You know,
Not really. Not
a
in November. I don't think
a year from now, I'm going to be a flight attendant and I'm going to be flying everywhere.
Okay, well, this is November. Pre-sale sold out for VIP, but there's still, I think, general sale. And if it was 110, I have an apartment. You don't have to stay in a hotel. I live here. Marquette, I'm talking to you. You just need a flight.
I know. I think it's more the flights that I'm concerned about.
They're not that bad. And you can afterpay flights. I do it all the time. Which is why I never do it.
Yeah, I try not to put things on layaway. I've got enough going on.
Yeah, but if you have a firm, it doesn't really affect your credit. And that's what I do for my whole life. A firm.
That's a good point. I was about to look it up. We can do that later. Okay, no more 311 right now.
Brendan's back. What would Rhaenyra's? This is fun. We're totally off topic here, but what would Rhaenyra's favorite 311 song be? Let's think about that. I like this question. What would Rhaenyra's favorite 311 song be?
Which ones are about flying? Because the thing is that none of the 311 songs are about like taking power or getting what's mine. They're all more peaceful.
Cersei's would be Wildfire. I can tell you that. I got that answer.
I want to know which one. I'm more interested which song would be Simon Strong's. The one where they talk about food.
Yeah. And you? Rhaenyra, I don't know. Brandon, what's your thought on that? Wait, what? It's a car show. You don't do boats. Sheesh.
Wait, what about Till the City's on Fire, Fire, Fire? But that would be more Daenerys. That's Daenerys.
That would be Daenerys. City's on Fire. Here's 311 song. Or Allison.
I thought of one.
Allison.
I'm gonna do a 311, a House of the Dragons 311 fan segment, and we're gonna put it in there.
Yeah.
I think that we've got some stuff here.
Brendan, I'm waiting for your answer. I want to know what you think your favorite 311 song would be.
I wish
love
I
how
could
we
get
derailed completely. But yes,
tags.
come to the car show for 311 and Offspring and Jimmy Eat World. It's gonna be so much fun.
What car show?
SEMA is a car show, so it's like the car show, but 311 is playing like the concert after the car show.
I could get some great pictures in my pinup outfit.
If you get tickets to the car show too, I only got tickets to the concert. I'll be in line at 10
That's the
o'clock in the
problem.
morning.
Every time I've gone to a car show, I've been like, "Ooh, let me get a picture." Like I dressed up like a pinup. Let me get a picture in your like 1950s convertible. They're like, "Do not touch my car.
Don't touch my fucking car.
Do not touch my car." Although I did go to a car fest in the middle of town, like literally walking distance, and there were some cute cars there. The best part about it was walking around with my dad. He told me about every memory he had with each different car. He's like, "Oh, this is the type of car that I had when I was a kid." I've got like 2-minute long videos of him ranting about cars. It's really cute.
Brendan says she's tortured. First of all, he's mad at me for making him answer his own question, which is fine. Not really mad, but you know. Beyond the
You
gray
put us
sky,
on the
'cause she's so
spot.
tortured. This is fun. Beyond the gray sky.
No, that was like when we originally started this, like my concept was that there would be engagement in the comments.
Yeah, that's why I'm reading them. That's why I'm like, hold on those comments.
That's why you're good at that.
F1 is later in the month. F1 is like the 27th, 28th, 29th. What sucks is that I'm going to have to go to the strip right before F1 to go see 311. And I'm really, really, really not happy about that because I avoid the strip like the plague from September to November. And now
But why do you have to
is
see F1? Who cares about F1?
because they shut down the entire fucking strip from September to the end of November. Like it's a full-blown nightmare while they set up for F1.
Well, I'm
because they
dealing
shut
with
down
that
the
with the
whole strip.
World Cup right now. I'm not even gonna. I'm going into the city for the Lord of the Rings drag on Saturday, and usually, if I make the effort to go into the city, I'm gonna stay all weekend. I'm gonna party Friday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna party Saturday. But the World Cup final is at MetLife on Sunday. What did he say?
Mike McGlynn said, "Face in the wind while you're riding the dragon." That's a good one too. I like it.
You're gonna get it. I will regret to the day I die that I did not submit for that commercial and just drive out there or music video.
Oh my god, that was the best day of my life.
Didn't you?
I'm gonna get married someday, have children, and gonna be like, no, actually, 311 music video was the best day of my life. Sorry.
If we can work on getting the 311 Mermaids invited to their like top deck pool, that's like definitely the private pool for like only them. Like they get trying to like be like their daughters definitely gotta love mermaids and we're mermaids. Like that's
the angle. But the daughters are older now, so they might not even care that much. They're like older. They're like too cool for school.
Well, then they need to do a music video that requires mermaids.
Nobody told my ass to move to Vegas. I'm not mad that I live in Vegas. I'm not complaining. I'm happy I live in Vegas, my friend. Who's saying I'm bitching? Nobody told your ass to move to Vegas. I'm happy. Oh, because of the Formula One thing? I moved here before Formula One started.
Yeah, and it's easy enough to avoid the strip. So
it is. I only go to the strip for pool parties, and the pool parties are over by Formula One. So
she's fine. All right, let's move on.
Okay, sorry.
No, I started the 311 drift. That was me.
Focus. What the hell am I up to? So I just felt so. I really hate Aegon in the book, but like in the show, he's doing such a good job, and I really feel bad. I feel bad that he's like crying over his dragon and pulling a scale. Also, I met the actor, and he was a total gem of a human.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that actor is your favorite actor of this entire show.
I think he is. I love him. When I met
him, the way you talk about him,
like,
I know he is.
I was like, how am I going to hate you? Like, I love you so much. He's so freaking cute. Tom Glenn, I think I actually mention him by name every time we do this.
If we did FMK for the actors, he would definitely win every time. You know what? The other thing is when you do choose between these two, you pick this one, fine. Now choose between this and this.
Yeah.
Oh, you picked that one? Great. Now, that might be more fun.
You know, it would be hard. Tom Glenn Carney against Jamie Campbell Bower, because I also just met him this weekend.
You love your skinny blondes, man. Actually, Aegon's not as skinny as Aemond.
No, but I didn't meet him yet.
Okay,
Jamie Campbell Bower was Vecna.
All right, let's go.
Okay. She's getting bored.
No, I'm not bored. It's just 1:30. No, now that I just started drinking, this is honestly, if I like had like an implemented like a Christine can't drink until after midnight, that would be good for me.
Like a gremlin.
Well, just
Don't feed them
because I'm
after
like,
midnight, but the opposite.
I still have the energy and I'm not like wasted by midnight. I'm just getting started.
You're getting called out for not making time for Mike McGlynn when you come to Long Island. You, not me, you.
When have I ever been to Long
I'm
Island?
Jacqueline, that's Christine. Mike McGlynn, by the way. Go ahead.
I think he's
Anyway.
talking about you because I never like it when I see that you're in New York and I'm like, oh.
I think he is talking about me, but he said Christine, so I'm just passing it on to you.
Well, Mike
Also, when
McGlynn,
I
how
come to
come
Long
you never
Island, here's
come
my
down to
thing.
New Jersey? How come
But
you
this
never
is-
come down to New Jersey and pick me up and take me to concerts? Yes, Jacqueline.
This is what I say to everyone when I come to New York. I'm pulled in 27 fucking directions because of my family, and I don't have a car. So I can't really go anywhere because my family's always like, you don't spend enough time with me, you don't spend enough time with me, you don't spend enough time with me. If you come visit me in Las Vegas, I have all the time in the world because I live here. I have a friend.
People, don't forget, she works on Friday and Monday, so she has to pack all this trip and fucking flying both ways in 48 hours.
I don't work on Friday, but that's besides the point. I'm off on Fridays. Friday, Saturday, Sunday are my days off.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's pretty great. I have a former patient of mine. I used to work with him. He was he had CP. He was very involved. He was in a wheelchair. And I love him and I love his family. And every time I go home to New York, they live in Merrick. They live 2 towns away. And I never ever get to go see them. Turns out they're here because their other son is in like a dart tournament. So I commented, I was like, you're in Vegas, you didn't tell me. So she called me, the mom, and she was like, oh my God, like, I don't want you to think I'm stalking you. I don't want you to think I'm like forced. I don't want you to think you have to come see us. I'm like, no, like we have matching tattoos. We got drunk at brunch and got tattoos together. Like, I'm going to come see you. So I'm going to go see them on Saturday.
That's really lovely because like, you know, like, it's lovely that like you value that friendship when sometimes when people only know you through a work thing, then, you know, you're nice. It's like, you know, the people at the restaurants that like I talk to and they tip me, like they probably like think that I'm just nice to them for the tips. But if I saw them outside of work, I wouldn't necessarily like want to go to lunch with them, but I would be nice. But it's not just
treated
nice
her
to your
son
friends.
every day. And sometimes I would take, so they lived in Queens and the kid went to school in Manhattan, and I would take because he was in a wheelchair, so he couldn't like take public transportation. So he was on like an Access-A-Ride kind of a thing. And I would go on Access-A-Ride with him to the city because he had seizures all the time. So someone had to be on the bus with him. So I would drive to their house and then take the bus with him and then work with him. So like I had a really good relationship with the family. So I'm like, why would I not want to see you? It's easier for me to see you here than for me to see you when I go home. So note to everyone, come visit me. It's easier than me to see you when I go home. If for those of you that are mad that I don't see you when I go to Long Island.
And the couch is super comfy. And all I remember is like, I got drunk on a Friday night. You went to go do a VIP and I decided to sleep in. I watched Encanto and I got ramen delivered. And it was like, even though I had like a concert to go to and friends to go see, I was very comfortable and lovely.
Oh, here for 3/11 day?
Yeah, I was very happy.
Like, where are you?
There.
Like, I'm still at your house.
I put on Disney Plus so that I could eat really quick and then leave. And instead I watched the entirety of Encanto for the first time and probably had my second ramen soup in the seating.
Yeah. So. But now I go stay on this trip because I have too much FOMO. I'm like 3/11 day, I'm not staying here. Okay, sorry.
Let's get back to House Dragon. I'm so sorry.
Alice Rivers at Harrenhal drops news of Rhaenyra taking the throne. Oh my, you didn't know?
She's
oh my God, that's such a good scene.
She's so fierce. It's like I want to call you. I want to say she's such a queen, but I can't because there already is a queen, and we're not like there's only one queen. But oh my gosh, she's so sassy. And they're like, if you've got any info, I recommend you be forthcoming. She's like, oh, you didn't know?
Yeah. Oh no. Oh my. I think that was her response. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah. Crazy. Loved it.
But like other people get like then, but later Gwen's like, I'll send a letter to my brother in Tumbleton or my cousin in Tumbleton. So what? He knew that his cousin had taken Tumbleton, but he didn't know that the reason he took it was because King's Landing was taken. So I guess at that point they got all the news that would be at Harrenhal. But like sometimes they say like, oh, send a raven to Kristen. How can a raven find an army that's on the move? Like, I
I don't
get
know how
it.
the whole
I
Raven
get
thing
it
works.
that they can bring ravens with them and send the raven to go to a certain place. Like, this raven's job is to always be able to find this different place. Like each raven is
Mhm.
like, this is the Winterfell raven, and this is so that when you
Right.
release them, they know to go there. Like, you can't tell the raven verbally, like, oh, follow directions to go to this random place. It's like they know where they're going, and that's the place that they go. I don't know, but let's not dwell on that.
I don't know.
I've
My
seen a
wheels
lot
are
of
spinning. I'm
memes
like,
talking about how Alice Rivers literally raided Simon Strong's closet. Like, oh damn, let his body's still warm and you're already stealing his clothes. Damn, girl.
yeah. And
But then I also
Eamon's
saw a
missing.
detail about the costume, and it said that what's like the embroidery is the weirwood trees, and that's more her thing than Simon Strong's thing. So I think
Okay. I love that. Love it. We haven't seen Eamon, so we don't know where he is.
I kind of expected that for some reason. I'm like, it's gonna be quiet this episode. Here's my question, and I should probably watch the trailer again, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna want to do some Eamon character, like not a proper cosplay, but like this kind of thing. And I'm like, should I get an eye patch, or is he gonna have his eye patch off for the rest of it? Like, who knows? I feel like it's so much more intimidating to have the eye patch off.
I love that. I'm so glad that they didn't. I'm so glad that they did that. I was nervous. I was like,
The sapphire, yeah.
ugh, do it.
I really didn't understand it at first, because at the end of the first season, when he's got that like it's like it looks like a whole universe in there, and I'm like a marble, and I'm like, how are they? It's like moving and it's alive.
Yeah, it was good. They did a really good job with it, I thought.
I agree.
My next scene was Aegon and Laris at Rook's Rest trying to find shelter. Girl, I don't want to feel bad for Aegon, okay? Stop making him kiss dirty ass feet. Like,
No, you don't have to
mouthing
feel bad for
off.
him, because if he wanted things to be easier for himself, he would just go along with it.
He's got too much pride. And it's crazy because he didn't even want the throne. He didn't even want it. He didn't want to be king. And I was like, fucking king.
But even when he was a kid in season 1, he was an asshole.
Oh, I know. But he didn't want to be king. And now he's like throwing it around.
But
like,
he was still an entitled asshole, and I think that's where the character line kind of connects.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love it. I think he's doing a great job. Tom Glenn Carney, I'm going to say it one more time. God damn it.
I'm gonna do like just a reel of like all the times that you mentioned him. Again, it's gonna take me like 2 years to get around to this, but it'll happen.
Tom Glenn Carney.
The thing, my biggest thing with this whole concept, and I don't know if like the scenes, probably we're not talking about the scenes sequentially, but just like this whole thing at Rick's Rest, like to kind of all in one conversation. The way that the guy's like, I'm gonna gut you like a fish if you don't kiss my boot. In reality, like in the world that these guys are in, and in reality, he would have already stabbed him and just taken all the money that Laris had. Like, this is one of those like TV world magic things where it's like they're like, it's not like they're letting these guys live because there's something they can get out of them. It's like from face value, the most that these guys like the most that these guys can give them is not their labor, because they're burnt face who's with a broken healing back and clubfoot, and they don't need anybody to read their ravens. So literally, the best case scenario is they get all the money on them. Like they would have killed them right away.
Yeah.
But what's weird about that is he takes all his money and then he's like, "Oh, if you want housing, you'll earn it." So what the fuck did I give you the money for?
Well, because they're just stealing. They don't care. Clearly. Right? They're not trying to be nice.
But then if they already have all their money, what's the point in keeping them alive? Probably because he likes to be in charge and he likes to have people to boss around.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Just because it gives a little drama. Brendan, going back to the pigeon raven thing. I actually
thank you for hanging out with us, Brendan.
Huh? Brendan,
I said thank you for hanging out with us, Brendan.
Yes. He said we legit used homing pigeons in World War II. And I was gonna say homing pigeons, but like, can they find people on the move? I think is the question.
I
No?
honestly, I think
'cause I
they
don't know anything
could
about
because
pigeons.
like that's like they can smell the people, but like
Or is
even
there
then,
like a
it wouldn't be
mate
like.
pigeon? Maybe there's like a mate. Like this is my raven, and I'm a raven.
I
And I'm gonna
think
go find
almost,
this raven.
or it's like the person who is in charge of the mobile rook is who they come back to.
Oh, maybe. But how do they find out?
And how can
Smell.
like you train one set of ravens and then get relocated and then a new person has to take over? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't know how this works. If anybody knows anything about homing pigeons or ravens,
Yeah, but we're
let us
not going to
know.
get into that because we got to wrap up.
Put in the comments and we'll talk about it next week. My next comment, I swear, is just I think it is like right as like it happens. I'm like, Ulf's wife is gonna get raped. Oh shit.
You mean Hugh?
Yep. It's not what I wrote, but that's what I meant. Hugh's wife is gonna get raped. Oh shit. Next comment. That's it. That's all I wrote.
Yeah. I mean, we saw that from the second that guy first made a move on her.
Oh yeah.
But I
Knew it was coming.
really love how her sister-in-law stood up for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they go to this, I don't know if this is the next scene, I don't remember, but when they go to bring it to Lord Ormond,
Mhm.
the sister-in-law stood up for her. The lady of Tumbleton said, like, she didn't try to like not have an opinion. She was like, he broke her arm. Like,
Yeah.
are you gonna really let this stand? And then
Yeah.
even Ormond in that moment was like, you violated house rights. So that really seemed like justice.
Yeah. Seemed like at the moment.
Seemed like he wasn't such a bad guy.
In that moment, yeah.
And he gelded that guy, which is like absolutely how that is the only way to treat rapists and men who try to push themselves on women. That is the only way to stop it.
Yes, agreed. Geld him.
Even today, give them a hysterectomy, make it so that they can't even enjoy themselves if they wanted to. People be cutting off. I'm not going to get into it. I was about to talk about female circumcision. We do not have to do that. It's not going to make it into the podcast. Moving on.
Then
Learning how to censor
Hugh.
myself.
He wants to go to Tumbleton. She's sending Ulf. Hugh wants to go to Tumbleton. Obviously, he knows his wife is there. He wants to try and help. He wants to try and be involved because
send me because I do have a stake in it.
Yes, exactly. Smart
Also,
move on his part.
mean, we all know by now that Ulf is a fucking idiot who can't follow orders. Like, Hugh at least tried to follow the orders, but like, how can you? It's just like an employer not knowing that they have an alcoholic on the job site. Right. Come on.
Yeah. Agreed. The next scene made me really excited because I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing like inside the Eyrie. I don't remember seeing the moon door in this show yet. So like cutting to that scene and seeing the moon door, I was like, with Lady Jane, I was like, oh my God, it's the moon door.
I feel like they replicated this. I feel like they replicated that throne room precisely.
So perfectly. But I'm saying I don't remember seeing it in this show at this point, right? Like they didn't show
absolutely not. No, because the first time we were in the Eyrie was in the bedroom of Rhaena.
Right.
And so outside of the gates.
Oh my God, it's the moon door. It's so exciting. And
is
I really
that the bloody gate?
Huh?
The gate of the Eyrie, is that the bloody gate? I feel like it is.
I think so. Because you can't like yeah. I was really excited. I was really excited that she had dogs and not a 10-year-old breastfeeding. That really stuck out to me.
Well, the greyhounds or whatever those are, that's like definitely like in English or Scottish history. That's the dogs that, like, in the same way like the King Charles Spaniel is what's always in the lap of the English kings. That's the kind of dog that's always in the Scottish Highlands.
Cute. Okay, that's a good little tidbit. But I
did
did
like
that
it wasn't sure if that's true.
A breastfeeding 10-year-old.
And a lot of people
that's what we're used to seeing at the moon door. Was what's his face?
All the people. But a lot of people were commenting on her costume as well. They're like, not House the Dragon spending their entire costume budget on Lady Jane. And like, oh, I didn't know Lady Jane Eyre was walking right off of the Gucci runway into the Erie. Like it was.
She looked good.
I mean, it
She
was a
looked good.
cute costume. I didn't think it was that impressive, but okay.
Yeah, yeah. Loved it. And then we have Damon leaving with Caraxes, right? He was trying to figure out who was doing Sheep Stealer. He leaves, he goes to Caraxes. I'm sorry, I'm kind of
No, this is exactly what's next, and that's why I'm getting excited because this is
fucking loved this scene. You're not listening, you're not obeying, blah blah. And Caraxes is like, fuck you, this is where we're going. Brings him to Sheep Stealer.
it's using daddy voice.
Caraxes was just so like
He's like,
fresh. Like he was so I love his little squeaks.
Also,
That's actually my note. I love
the dragon
squeaks.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just liked his squeaks. That's in my notes. Caraxes is not listening, and I love his squeaks.
Well, it's like if you're walking your dog and your dog starts like being like not listening when they usually listen, and like they want to like lead you off the trail. It's like usually because they have intuition and they can smell something and they know something's there that you don't know and you need to know, and that's why this moment is so special. Because, you know, he's pulling him in the right direction. And he's like, no, don't do it. And Sheepster was like, you're going to thank me later. Or Caraxes is like, you're going to thank me later.
Watch. And Damon
and what
bops
I don't
him
know
and he's
is,
like, what the fuck? You're bopping a dragon with your glove.
Did Caraxes smell Sheep Stealer? Or did he sense that Damon's offspring was nearby?
I assumed it was the dragon.
Yeah.
I assumed dragon.
I think so.
I also really love the moment with Damon and Raina. I almost said Nettles, but it's not Nettles. I really enjoyed that moment.
Well, people say in the comments they're turning her into Nettles.
Yeah, well, they combine those two characters for sure.
Clearly, but the fact that she's all like
I just really enjoyed their interaction. I really enjoyed that all of her hair is gone. Like she looks a fucking mess. She looks crazy.
I feel like we've never seen Damon that fatherly.
Right.
And he literally not only was he like the first thing he thought was not, why are you here? How did you get here? Oh my God, you have that dragon. It's, what have you done to yourself? Like, are you okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's really beautiful to see from him and to see with their relationship.
Yeah.
And then even when he figured out exactly what was going on and he put two and two together, he's like, okay, we don't have to tell her. We can get, like, as much as he's loyal to his wife, he's like, hey, this child is first. This child came before the wife, and this is the child of his first wife, and he still has love for this child. And he's like, okay, we don't have to tell her. You just can disappear. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. And he's like, okay, we can explain this somehow to Rhaenyra. I'll bring you back to court. We'll make it right. Like, he was justifying in his head all the ways that he could make it work.
Yeah. I liked it. And I like how she was like, I've never asked you for anything. Like, just, I need this. And I just let me go. Just let me go.
So strong. So strong.
It was just a good scene. I don't know. I think that was my only note, is that I really enjoyed it. I wrote, Raina looks a mess.
And shout out
her and Damon's conversation. It was heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking to watch, actually.
She's like, you know, Raina the unworthy, Raina the pity, like, or worse, pitied. And then she goes, I will remain in exile here. It's like, honey, you're really telling me that you're just gonna spend the rest of your life like that's like a little bit like a, oh my God, fine, I'll just stay here because this is all I'm good for. Like, it's a little attention seeking. It's a little like, oh, poor me. Like, what are you really gonna live in this cave for the rest of your life? Is that the plan? Right. Is that the plan? Like, taking the dragon and going across the narrow seas actually probably sounds like the best idea. And then she can hang out with her uncle, Joffrey.
But then she took off on the dragon.
Uncle Laenor.
And she was like, I'm not moving my dragon.
That was just to get away from the conversation.
We're friends now, me and this crazy dragon.
It shows how immature she is, that she's like, no, I'm done with this conversation. I'm going to run away.
With my crazy dragon. Longbottom. Whatever the fuck his name was. I still don't think I found out what that guy's name was on.
I put the picture in.
I know, but I still don't know his name.
Okay.
Oh my God. And then my next note is this whole smelling thing with Ormond is weird and stupid. That's my next note. Because apparently, I don't know what the scene was. He was smelling something again.
It was the smell when he's. I don't know if he's creating his perfume. I think he's creating the
Yeah.
smelling salts, and smelling salts usually refers to something that like helps you wake up if you're like passed out.
Yes.
But it's like his little smelling thingy. Oh, I'm so
Biggest
jealous.
bottle of wine I've ever seen, by the way. I've never seen a bottle of wine this big.
But like, I think he's like curating all the different scents to make his perfect little perfume. Like a fucking queen. Like, I mean, a gay person is what I'm trying to say, to be honest. Because
you talking about hoppers? What?
no, I'm
Never
talking
mind.
about him curating his own perfume so that it smells the way he likes. He writes ballads. He collects tapestries.
Mm.
Don't tell me he's not a little femme. He's a pretty boy.
Yeah.
And
and
at
then
his
he a whole
age,
hissy fit.
hold on. Before that, at his age, as a lord of the realm, he should be married by now. Where's his lady wife?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
All right. His hissy fit?
Yeah, he threw a whole ass hissy fit. Brendan says who doesn't appreciate a good tapestry? I mean, tapestries are nice.
Yeah. Bro.
Wait, you want to see my tapestries? My whole ass apartment is covered in them.
Yeah, same, bro.
Talking about my 311 posters. That's a nod.
Good call, bro. Good call, bro.
To my tapestries.
Good person appreciates a good tapestry.
That you can't see.
You're funny, Brendan.
His hissy fit, he throws a whole ass hissy fit. And I'm just like, I don't. Whatever.
We're meant to not like him. And it's setting him up to be somebody who makes rash decisions in the moment because he can't control himself. My favorite part of that scene was that there's like a little servant boy there, and Darren already knows what's coming.
Yeah.
Hit
the road.
And he takes like 5 steps back, and so does Bold John. And then, Bold John puts his chair back in place, and it's like, okay, let's see, like, nothing just happened. We're all just gonna ignore what just happened. We're not gonna get into anger management. It's just, it happened. It always happens, and we're not gonna talk about it anymore. What do you guys want for dinner?
Right. How about the weather? Yeah. Next scene. I'm trying to help.
I have Helena pregnant as the next thing, so you probably have a million things before
I have a lot more before that. Oh my god, I have a lot more before that. Okay. All asking for favors for the tavern friends that like we need a pardon for my tavern friends. This is giving me, I'm not gonna say whatever. We're just talking about it.
That's kind of giving me, first of all, I know that I have said in the past that he's gonna defect, but let's be honest, if you've had nothing and somebody's starting to feed you, like you're not gonna bite the hand that feeds you. And then on top of it, he wouldn't be asking these requests. I don't know, like when I'm about to quit a job, I don't go ask them like for like a bunch of stuff before I quit a job.
Well, maybe you asking for stuff and getting denied is why you quit the job.
But he doesn't know that she's not going to say no. He would not have asked these things if he didn't think that he was somehow entitled to be able to start asking favors of the queen. So I think he thought that he could use his influence that he now has to, get a little action, like get a little clout among his friends. And he didn't really think it was that big of an ask.
No. Oh, my friends in the tavern. She's like, stop going to the bar.
I think it's probably the smartest we've seen him yet.
Yeah.
That he goes ahead and, I mean, he walked in there truly thinking he was going to get what he was asking for. So it's not like this was premeditated. But then he was like, okay, she just talked shit about me and that I can't drink. I'm going to go pout about it. No, he goes, just so you know, people are saying this. And then he says, and this is the best part, he goes, but we wouldn't want anybody to think that the queen's unkind, would we? So he's being a little manipulative there.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's going to work, I don't think.
One of my favorite memes from this episode is the one where it's like Queen of Bastards, and then it's like Corliss in like a hooded cloak.
Yeah, he's like got like the spray paint in his hand. 100%, 100%.
Definitely, Corliss did it.
Yeah, I definitely reposted that.
Love it. It was a good one. Corliss. Yeah, he said people are not happy. People are protesting you. You don't want people to think you're unkind. Oh wait, this is when Aegon kisses the guy's feet. We talked about that. Gross. Ooh. And then Daemon brings Rhaenyra the head of the guy who killed her son. This random sheep herder. What are they called? Sheep herders?
Shepherd.
Thank you.
In my naivety, when the scene with Rhaena ended and he looked down and saw the guy and went, the thought that went through my mind was, he's gonna ask this guy to keep an eye on Rhaena so that he can like check on her well-being, and he's gonna pay him to like send him ravens every once in a while updating him about Rhaena. Yeah. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, I did not think he was just gonna take this guy's head and burn him. Yeah,
he does not think these things through. Who was it? Like, come up with a backstory, bro.
Yeah, and even Rhaenyra was like, "Who is this guy?" What? Like, she had a million questions, and he's like,
and it's just like with Blood and Cheese. It's like, oh, sorry, I did it. It's like, dude, think before you act. And then Masari is like, so whose head was that really?
Right. Masari again. So good. My note. Massaria is so smug.
A million questions. How did you find Sheep Stealer? What color? What color? Sigil or banner was the guy wearing?
Yeah.
What was his name? Right. What color hair did he have? Like, he doesn't have any answers.
No. It's gonna kill him. And
like, you could tell from that guy's teeth that he was not highborn.
Well, they were. My assumption was that they were just burned out by the dragon.
I was joking. Oh. It's just his teeth looked really mangled. But everything about him looked mangled at that point too. Huh?
Yeah. Dragons. My next thing is Hugh shows up at Templeton, and then even Tessarion doesn't like Ormond. Because Tessarion got like smug with him, and I was like, see?
That scene was fire. Because like
that asshole.
Darren, I don't think we've like really like had a chance to form an opinion about him yet, because he's just been in the background. But then we see the scene where he's cuddling his dragon. We're gonna get to fly again soon to Sarion. Like, he's such a sensitive boy.
Mm-hmm. He is. And even in the books, he was like, Darren was sensitive, and the more sensitive brother, and like the kinder, gentler hearted brother. And I just,
even though like you know, Aemond and Aegon were raised in a place where they were spoiled and could basically get away with and do anything they want. This kid was raised around a man with anger management issues and constantly like treated the way that like somebody who doesn't have an emotional attachment to their ward/child acts. So this kid has been shown very little familial love.
Yeah.
He doesn't know his mom at all, to the point that he doesn't even try to keep up a relationship with her through letters.
Right.
But he's also not spoiled. He's not arrogant. He's not pompous.
No, he's so sweet.
He's a poet.
And then Ormond brings in Hugh's wife's brother, because that's Hugh's wife's
brother-in-law.
No,
yeah, no, this is terrible.
It's her brother, right? It's her brother. It was a sister-in-law.
They kind of look similar, did they not?
Yeah, it was her brother.
And
brother.
He bagged a baddie redhead. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
And Daron said, I thought you let this guy go. And Norman's like, he touched a member of our army, and that's an extension of you. And, you know, this is how Ormond is very scheming, because in the public eye, he punished the army man. But now he's going to do this, and then he's probably going to tell them, oh, yeah, he ran away with some lady. Like, they're not going to own up to it. They're never going to see the body. They're never going to know what happened.
Nope. I'm very curious what where they're going with this and where the end game is, because I don't know what the end game is, and I can't even tell you what my note is because it is a spoiler for what happens in the book.
Well,
So I can't talk about it. I just said it's dumb.
let's talk about Lord Ormond's. Let's talk about what Lord Ormond has to say about Targaryens and how he's the superior race and Darren's blood is literally tainted by Targaryen ancestry, and that he wants everything about Daeron to have nothing to do with Targaryens. First of all, why are they keeping the dragon if he's so anti-Targaryen? Second of all, why is he so dependent on Aemon showing up with Vhagar? Like, I would think that any sort of victory that is because of a dragon would be unsullied. It wouldn't be a clean victory because you had to use dragon magic. So, I mean, tell me about this. Is this has any basis in the book? Like, I just don't get it. It's the first time we've ever heard somebody basically have racist, discriminatory language or views against Targaryens. Exception, the Apple Kid. They're incestuous aliens, dunk.
Right. Well, I feel like there was definitely feelings about Targaryens because they were incestuous, but at this point, like, they're ruling,
and because they
in
came in out of nowhere to conquer.
Who? Aegon. Yeah.
No,
but
just the Targaryens in general came and took over.
Aegon the Conqueror.
Yeah. Sorry,
but that was many generations before this. But I feel like there was still like an overarching,
there's a resentment.
Like,
there's a resentment.
You're incestuous. You're not.
I mean, he didn't say anything about the incestuous. I think in this case, it's more. Go ahead.
What? No, what were you gonna say?
I'm just saying, he never said anything about incestuous. I think at this point, it's whether it's a matter of him just being resentful or having the resentfulness of these guys taking over, because apparently the High Towers were like kind of the ruling class when they came in, and now these guys are kind of in charge, and it might be resentment from that's like kind of nurtured into him, or it could be that he's actually racist and believes that he is a superior race. But either way, the language that he was using was racist. He's talked about their blood. He called them mongrels. He talked about how their magic is like, it's tainted blood, like, tainted superior blood, men, mongrel race.
Tainted blood, probably because they're brother, sister, like they're incestuous. Like, that's going to taint your blood. You know what I mean?
He was basically saying that the fact that you have Targaryen ancestry in you means that you're tainted, not because of the incest, but because these are savages from across the Narrow Sea who used blood magic to get what they wanted, and that's how I read it. He didn't say anything about incest. I did not read that as incest at all. I thought it was straight up racist.
Right. All right. Raoul, comment from Raoul. The High Towers and the faith of the Seven were always bad, and the Andals fled the Dragon Lords of old. So lots of history. There's just a lot of history about it, from going back from when the Andals first came and the first men and all that. You know what I mean?
I mean, Fossoy was definitely talking shit in Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but this guy was literally, I mean, it was what's the word when somebody wants to wipe out an entire race? Genocide. It was genocide talk. Legit.
Yeah. And Maegor, how many years before this was Maegor the Cruel? I feel like he wasn't.
Maegor the Cruel was after this.
Huh?
Isn't Maegor the Cruel after this? I'm thinking of somebody the Unworthy.
No. Maegor the Cruel was before this. Maegor the Cruel was like shortly or right after Aegon the Conqueror.
No, you're right, because she said they're going to call me Maegor the Cruel Reborn.
Right. Yeah, he was not good. Yeah, and then I didn't think he was going to do it. I didn't think Darren was going to cut the guy's
Me
head off, but
neither. But like when this is the person who's been his mentor and his father figure his entire life, he doesn't really feel like he has any choice. And I don't think it's like a power trip like the way that like when Aegon was in the wheelhouse with his mom and he's like, "You are the king now," and then Aegon's like, "Oh, I guess I could be the king." I think he's doing it out of fear. I think it's like some Stockholm syndrome that like in that moment, if he had just told Caesarion to Dracarys Omid, it would be all over. And am I
Yeah.
wrong? Did he not even say Dracarys? Did Caesarion just end up burning him anyway?
yeah, I
He
don't
didn't say Dracarys.
think, and he chomped him. He ate him. You heard that? I heard it.
Did we hear it? I didn't see it.
I heard it. We didn't see it, but we definitely heard it. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Nobody.
This is 70 years after Maegor the Cruel.
Mm.
Aegon the Unworthy is the different.
Yeah, he's after. You're right. He's
Yeah.
We don't have to get into that. What do we have next? Was that the last scene?
Oh, yeah, that was the last scene. My dragon knows how to open doors, and she just opened my bathroom door. Excuse me,
So
get
does
out.
my nephew. It's becoming a problem. Like
Yeah,
we'll wake up and the
children
nephew
should
will
know how to
literally
open
be
doors.
in my
Dogs should
garden in his
not.
underwear tearing up my sunflowers.
I have like flap doorknobs, like they're not knobs, they're like
Yeah, all they gotta do is just go like that.
she
Yeah.
straight up knows dragons.
But yeah, I would think that to
Except
Ormond
Gus?
a victory.
I'm just saying hi
I
to
would
new
think that to
people.
Ormond a victory using dragons would be a sullied, unclean, unhonorable victory. So the fact that he raged out when Aemon said he couldn't come, it's like, oh, I thought you were superior and you didn't need these guys. So
Yeah.
But he's trying to get Daron to defect over his brothers, which means that Ormond clearly thinks that he can.
He says that. I'm gonna turn cloak to my brother.
Yeah, but I mean, then he killed the kid, then he killed the guy, so he kind of is still doing whatever he tells him to do. So Ormond must have some sort of scheme that, when Aemon comes on Vhagar, they're gonna decimate the town, but not where they are, and then he's gonna stab Aemon in the back.
Yeah.
Any predictions for episode 5? You think we're gonna have the battle of the butchers? The butchers
No.
battle?
I'm pretty sure that's 6. I'm pretty sure that's
I mean,
6.
I don't think that Vermithor and Hugh are just going to sit outside and exchange letters. Like, I think they're going to do something.
Yeah, I don't know what's
How
coming
far
in the next
away
episode,
is
honestly.
the Tully host?
Yeah, I heard it's good. I heard there's a lot of shock. Like, what? No, I didn't see that coming, but I
will say, like,
don't know what it
Tully
is.
and Starks are already closer to King's Landing and in turn Tubbleton than Chris and Cole. Like Chris and Cole and his host literally like moved up to Harrenhal, and these guys are already down here.
Right.
Because when these guys had the fight, it was against the Lannisters, and Chris and Cole was always hanging out here by Harrenhal. So they're closer than Chris and Cole anyway. Now Chris and Cole's going to be a scorpion. Chris Cole's a little bitch. He takes Gwen's words that are like, honestly, I like Gwen. Gwen says, we shouldn't be raping people, and we still need to hold on to decorum and honor. And then Cole's taking his words and turning it on its ass, because raiding parties and attacking armies like a scorpion, that is not honorable. That's Viking. That's like out of the book of Vikings, but that's not what honorable warriors do.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mikey Moosemo's prediction is more talk between Alicent and Rhaenyra. They better fucking shut up and stop fucking.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, what about we didn't talk about this?
Shut up. They're gonna make out and have sex. I don't fucking know, but they better knock it off, whatever the fuck they're doing. I'm over it.
Helena's pregnant.
Oh, we skipped that. Where's it in my
What's
notes?
that about? Because I was thinking about it and I'm like, oh, well, she can get impregnated by her husband before he disappeared. And like, wait, no, he's been on bed rest with a
I don't think that
broken
much time has
spine.
passed. If it's anybody but Aegon's, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I don't think that much time has passed. I think it could be Aegon's, and I think they're course correcting for, like I said before, episode 1, for leaving out Maelor, which is a minor character with major, major, major implications later on. And I think they're trying to course correct for leaving out that baby.
We didn't see it very long, but did you see the baby bump? What do we think? 3 months, less than 3 months, more than 3 months?
I think
Because it would
probably-
have had to been before Rook's rest, which
right,
means
but I don't think that much time has passed since Rook's rest.
his
Like, I don't think it's been that
spine
much
and
time.
leg was broken. So unless they're like jet packing and like making him heal right away, I
Right.
mean, how long does it take from a broken spine and leg to be able to walk?
Well, this is fantasy. Raul, shut up. If it's Eamon's, I'm not watching next season. I will not. I'll be
That'd
so
be
pissed. If
terrible.
they do that, I'm going to be furious. Furious if they do
At
that.
the end of, or in the middle of episode 2, when Allison takes.
Oh no! Wait.
No, if we're done, we're
We
done.
did it again.
We're done.
Huh? We can't just leave our people like that.
How many people are there?
There was like 3 or 4. There was more than normal at this time. Shit. Hang on. I'm going to send you a new link. Can I do that? Just so we can like say
Yeah,
goodbye.
you can, but they're gonna have to all rejoin in order for them to even see anything.
Oh no, we're still back. Maybe. Oh, sorry. We're fine.
So, but I was just remembering that when, not that anybody who was part of the household guard would have access to meeting Helena and like having a little like flirty situation with her, but when they were up on the parapets where the little dragon arrows were, and Allison brought her and she saw like, I will not see any beast harmed. I swear there was a moment between her and like the second in command. I think there was a moment. So that's who I think it was.
If this baby is anything but Aegon's, I'm going to be furious. Furious.
I think Helena has a boyfriend. I think Helena has a sneaky link.
Better not be anybody.
Consensually.
And if it's Aemon, I'm going to be more pissed off. So, no,
Maybe it's Kristen Cole.
Raul, stop. And I can't go back to the chat now because I accidentally screwed this whole thing up.
Okay. Well, we kind of talked about everything anyway.
We did. No, it's fine. I'm just saying I can't go back in the comments now to see anything.
I don't think there was
at
much that
all.
we missed.
Huh?
We're not gonna I don't think you're gonna wake up tomorrow morning worried about it. So
No, it's fine.
my prediction for the next episode is that Helena's baby daddy is Kristen Cole.
Kristen Cole should just be everyone's baby daddy. And I love Fabian Frankel. I haven't mentioned him enough, actually. I met him. He was actually probably, I mean, not as much as my favorite is Tom Glencarney, but Fabian Frankel, like, loved. Ugh. Loved.
I mean, I would pick Dunk over him any day, but he's definitely one of the hottest of this show.
Definitely
not.
not.
But now that we have Luther, Commander Luther, he's my number one. I don't care if there's gray hair. That just means he's experienced. All right.
No,
This
Tom
has
Glencarney.
been another episode of Fire and Wine. This has been another episode of Fire and Wine, a chat between two cosplay queens. I'm Princess Nymeria. This is Casterly Fox. Cheers.
Cheers and good night, loves. Little doves.
Hi, guys. Love you.
Bye. 3 hours and 17 minutes. That's a new record.
Fuck this.